Welcome to the FGO Berserker tier list of 2026. We're already at the final normal class before we move into the extra classes. As always, I recommend listening through the disclaimers if this is your first 2026 list you're watching. But before we get to those, here's my co-hosts of today.
Everybody, Plushy here, and today we're going to talk about Berserkers, which is exciting class, also scary class to talk about.
Hi, I'm Otto Bino on Twitch, Otto Bean on YouTube. Have a podcast with Plushy and Ryou. Mist has shown up on it before. Go click that or something. Speaking of Ryou, I have no idea where he is.
Yeah, so to recap, we don't know where he is, but maybe he's sleeping, and if he shows up, that's fine. We'll get him up to speed. So for now, it's just gonna be us three, but he may or may not show up at some point. So last week he was a Dr. Pepper can, and now he's invisible. He's a talented guy. So before I get to the disclaimers, there may or may not be a tier list still next week. We don't know yet. We're going to discuss that later as well because we're having the Strange Fake collab announcement stream, which would basically go back to back with my stream. So depending on the availability of my co-host, we don't know yet. But you will see more tier list though. Remains to be seen if next week, but you will obviously still see more in the future. Also, we still don't know if we are going to cover the low stars yet. But if there's like an overwhelming amount of people in the comments saying like, hey, you guys should totally cover all the low stars too, then we might do it, but we might just stick to golds only this year. But again, opinions down in the comments are always welcome. But yeah, let's get to disclaimers. Hey, thanks for the likes on the videos. It's been very positive. The ratio has been better than previous years for likes, so hey, that's very nice to see. So for the disclaimers, we changed up the format this year by skipping through full kit coverage of servants that already existed in previous years, and we're only doing the full kit extensive coverage to servants that are brand new to these 2026 lists. The main reason for that is that these lists would be way too long, unfortunately, but even with this change, they're still pretty lengthy for you long video enjoyers out there. Also, based on the feedback from the first list of this year, we're now placing 4 and 5 stars on separate lists. As you can see, this is mainly to avoid confusion because we don't normally directly compare the different rarities because a lot of times it's kind of unfair. But now, obviously, if like a 4-star happens to do their role equally or even better than some of their 5-star counterparts, then they would get a lot of points in their own respective placement as well. So that's basically how it works. I've been liking the change myself, and less confusion and all that is cool. Now, as you can see, servants are already placed in these lists based on their final placement of the 2025 lists, but we're still going to go through every single one of them individually with a brief discussions about them, see if anything's changed about the servant themselves or the meta of the game or anything else, and then we'll see if we want to move them up or down or just keep them where they were from last year. And also to illustrate, make it easier to, stay on track as to which servant we're talking about, I have prepared this graphic up here. There you go. So if you look at the top left corner of the screen, it will always mention the servant that is being discussed at any given point. Now, related to that, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will also prepare full timestamps of every single servant covered in this video. So feel free to jump around with those if you only want to hear us talk about certain servants. It is a long video after all. Now for the placement order, this time we're fully using release order. So instead of going like 4 stars first and 5 stars in release order, we are fully doing just based on the release order. That means 4 and 5 stars will alternate here and there in turns. For sheets, I just have AoE looping numbers just to get some kind of discussion potentially more going on. Nothing too concrete, but it's just nice to have some comparison data here. So for this one, shout out to JR Opal and Tamula for maintaining the form. Also, big shout out to Mr. Copyright Suck for always making these awesome tier list templates, especially now that we've split them into 4 and 5 stars, so it's even more work for him. But he's always willing to help, so big shout out. And also, huge shout out to my co-hosts for being here doing these tier lists with me, because alone I would never be able to do these at this point anymore. There's way too much to talk about. My voice would not last, and my knowledge of certain servants is not amazing either. I'll be the first to admit that. So very nice to get a lot more POVs going on in these discussions. So the links to everything I just mentioned, the sheets, the templates, my co-host channels, and everything, the timestamps, they're all found in the description of this video. So do check them out. Right, all right. We should be good to go. So hey, if you're enjoying these again, leave a like on the video. Yeah, 36 gold Berserker. So one of the smallest classes we've covered so far. Not as small as the Assassin one from last week, but yeah, 36 gold. We have 2 new, same as Assassin, 1 new 4-star and 1 new 5-star that did not exist in last year's Berserker tier list. I believe the 5-star was very close to being released, but did not make it into the list. And it is a popular one, so it's going to be fun to talk about. And as far as I know, unfortunately, maybe I missed something, but I think there are 0 new gold Berserker buffs to this list. That's a bit unfortunate. It's also funny because I believe the Xiang Yu buff actually happened on the same day as we did the Berserker tier list last year, so that was already covered there. So if I missed something, I apologize, but I think I went through my own buff breakdown again, and I think you had 0 new gold Berserker buffs. So it is what it is. Okay. So with that, we should be good to go. And as always, the discussing thing already spoiled who the first servant is going to be. And we're going to day 1 with 2 day 1 Berserkers, starting with ya boy, the big topic every time. Probably not gonna go too crazy over him this time, but yeah, it's Hercules, however you want to say his name. The good old. He was placed into A tier last year. It's coming down a little bit over the years, mainly because even though I personally still think he is a very solid servant, and especially if you bring him as an anchor, he is very reliable, but I've come to also change my opinion a little bit about the role of an anchor, like my co-hosts have mentioned in like the past year or two, that anchors, while they can be good, they are not always necessarily needed. So they are kind of like this phantom value sometimes that may or may not do much depending on how the fight goes. But if you do need one, I still think he's pretty good, one of the better ones. There's always the argument of his Bonsi as well. I'm always more on the lenient side that I think, factoring in a Bonsi is fair because you only need to own the servant, just one base copy. And with this day and age, you get so much bond from just playing the game. We have main quest giving crazy bond, interludes. We have Bleached Earth when you reach that point. We have even JP freaking has their grand raids now, which also give crazy bonds. So I want to say Bond Cs are fair game when they actually
I
do make a big
absolutely agree
impact.
with the Bond C being fair game thing now because you really get them a lot easier than back in the day.
Oh, and for the
Yeah.
last year or two, I think maybe close to 2 years, you can even buy monthly teapots now from the Mana Prism store. Like it's 30 pots per month, which also helps a lot with getting bond easily.
Yeah, and they give you what 30 storm pods.
Yeah, you can buy
A
storm
month.
pods too. Yeah.
Yeah, to do like
Yep.
grand raids.
So bond is so much more available these days than it was like many years ago.
So you can do over 100 grand raids a month easily now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we
that's not
keep getting
including the
those
fact that
discount
you
periods
can-
as well, where they're like free of storm
Yeah.
pods as well. They keep rerunning those.
I'm not
Even
getting
right
much
now,
else
when I'm
these
like
days,
right
but at
now, I
least we
think
get
there's some
that.
going on too, right? As of recording this, well, I forgot which classes there are, but yeah.
Archer right now, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. So Herc, again, I think the base kit is quite weak. I mean, I've said all the same thing. Base kit at this point a little bit weak, not like necessarily bad, a little bit weak, and also skill 3 really needs 1C to work,
Oh yeah.
which is fine. Um, uh, he's okay. I don't think he's particularly impressive or anything. I mean, he could stay where he is, honestly.
I do think if they ever
Yeah,
make grand battles more common, where he can use his Bond C with a normal damage C, then he will also get more value. But sadly,
oh yeah,
grand
true.
battles are
Yeah.
still very rare. Very rare.
I will say they did say you have to clear 2 of them to do the new story chapter in June. So
So you would hope there's at
maybe.
least 1 or 2 grand battles in there.
Yeah, there has to be. There has to be. Otherwise, why would they do that, right? Like,
For sure.
Yep. I mean, like he's still like one of the best at what he does. I know. We kind of have this conversation every year. It's just like a lot of people just don't really value that as much now because we're like more hardcore at the game. We've min maxed a lot. He is a servant that has less use when you min max more. That doesn't make him any worse at what he does. It's just like we're at a point where it's like I'm just gonna retry it with this other thing. He sort of just turns a loss into a win. So it's just
Yeah. People restart matches more than rely on anchors sometimes nowadays, which I mean, it's just
Yeah, the
up to
role
what
is
you want,
diminished.
basically.
It is kind of a fact.
Yeah, it's up to what you want, but again, I do agree with the Bond CE being a lot more accessible thing.
and
With
and just
her,
the sheer fact that like he has a role that he is really good at, whereas a lot of these 4-star servants we're not going to be seeing good clear defined roles. Like it does set him pretty high above a lot of these.
Yeah, he still has absolutely a role, like you said. So no identity crisis, even if maybe not the most relevant role in 2026. But yeah, I guess we can probably keep him in A. I saw someone saying maybe he should be B plus, but I don't know. I feel like that's kind of harsh for the 4-star lists. Maybe we'll just keep him in A.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that and see how the others around him form as well. Even though there's not that much comparison because the others are not really anchors, but still some
I'm
peers.
sure we'll revisit it if and
Yeah,
when Ryou shows
like
up.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't disagree with either viewpoint, to be honest, because I can.
All right, let's move on to the next one then. We have OG Lancelot, the only other day 1 gold Berserker. He was placed into flat C because, man, he still hasn't been changed after last year. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's the Archer Nyanta of the Berserkers, and that's not a very good thing to be, sadly. Just the most basic kid of all time. The only reason he's not E tier is that he can still do semi-decent single core quick, which is not even all that relevant to these days. But yeah, like his kid is atrociously terrible. Like it's so bad. It's just
Indeed.
flat out terrible. There's like nothing going on. A single modern SSR skill can have more lines than all of his skills and MP combined. That says a lot.
Yeah, like
So one of the things I feel like I want to focus and hone in on more with this tier list is because like I have heard criticisms of how we judge berserkers versus other classes. I feel like we need to focus on like what servants do a really good job of making up for the weaknesses of the class, because you by default are going to be taking double damage, but like they also all do 50% more damage to everything, so like damage is going to be a little bit weird of a thing. But another thing you have to worry about is like how good are you at using stars, creating stars, because they have
Berserkers are
basically
inherently
no
bad
tool.
at it. Yeah.
Yeah. That is like the only thing he has. He has a 3-turn absorb. It is boring, but like that is like that is basically the thing carrying him right now, and it's not doing a great job of carrying him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I actually think that's an interesting point. Like back in the day, I feel like he felt so strong because he did like 2 of what berserkers are the worst at decently, which is MP spam and star absorption, star generation. Like berserkers were just not good at any of these things, but Lancelot is. So despite not having any survivability, he's pretty unique. But nowadays, if you want a berserker with MP spam and like absorb generation, we got a bunch of those. Because throughout the years they've really changed their design philosophy with a lot of servants. So that's why he feels so outdated, in my opinion. But yeah, the only thing he has is like the MP spam, which is not even honestly that crazy because he doesn't even have a battery. So like it's not easy to get
Yeah,
him
and
going.
also, funnily enough, the new 4-star Berserker also makes him look like a lot worse. That we're gonna talk about
Oh
much
yeah, the
later.
new
So that's also
free
something that makes him
one.
look a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like holy shit. Year
Yeah.
10 welfare versus year 1 paid servant. Like,
hmm
oh my god. Like, but yeah, he is where did we put him last year?
He was flat C. I wouldn't mind him moving even further down, honestly.
Ooh, that's rough.
I mean, we have Tamamo Cat
I
at D
mean
plus.
I
We
mean
have Fran at E.
honestly, yeah, yeah. I think like there are cases where I would prefer Tomacat over him, and it's not just, I like the character more.
I could maybe have them
Um
on the same tier, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Like as funny as it sounds.
Yeah. I can't believe they haven't changed him at all in the past insane amount of years. Just still the same. Ouch. Well, he's gonna go to D plus. We'll see how the rest Forbes. Time for the first SSR though. We got the OG Kintoki himself. He was in A plus, and it's like the highest rank of all time for a servant that has this kit as simple as him. But the funny thing is, like, he's not out of a job. Unlike Lancelot, who basically is, Kintoki is the single target version, but he's not out of a job. Like, look at this kid. It is terrible. It is so bad. But he has an upgrade MP. He has a 50% battery. He's universal because he's Berserker and he doesn't even have any anti-traits, so he can basically be slotted into anything where you need some damage. There you go. I would never bring him on bosses because this kid is terrible for that, but he is still relevant for farming. So yeah, as much as I hate it, yeah, he does have a job for sure.
Yeah. He's like the thing that he always overcame was like it was hard to get berserkers to NP.
That's a big
But
battery.
but yeah, 50 battery, especially as we're going to be seeing really late on in this tier list, not as valuable. He still has good damage with his NP upgrade, but like I feel like he's definitely gonna, at least comparatively, he's gonna be moving down.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
there's someone later that
It's
does
funny.
like
It's funny
him
because we have the
that's
back-to-back.
way
Like
better.
I just said, he's like the single-target version of Lancelot, who got worse because of the new 4-star, and then this guy seemingly got a little bit worse because of the new 5-star as well. So it's funny, like
Yeah,
the
but the
back-to-back
difference
here.
is like he's actually useful in a vacuum still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage, and also I will say Buster is a card type that's an interesting spot with a lot of this stuff. Just because of Oberon. And then like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oberon is very one-dimensional, but hey, one-dimensional character with one-dimensional support, right? Like this. Not character, sorry, one-dimensional gameplay wise. No, he's not a one-dimensional character. But this gameplay is one-dimensional. So yeah, he still has a spot. Obviously, if you really go into it, he also has a much faster MP animation, which a lot of people do care about.
Yeah, I guess.
He is still pretty relevant. But yeah, his value in challenge quests is like, oh god. I think if they made his stun guaranteed, would that even be too good? If they just made his
I'm
stun for
not sure if I was
100%,
still running, but it would help at least.
yeah, it will help. Um,
I just want him to buff his first skill because people always talk about the buff to the third skill because it's a shit skill, but like there's way more potential on the first skill because then they're gonna do something about the one turn attack. So like yeah,
You can just
I
buff
mean if
anything.
even if it's just like 4 times 2 turns or 4 times 3 turns, like then there's still that's still a considerable boost for him.
yep.
I think he should probably come down to A tier. Like he's still relevant, but
Uh,
I don't know.
really?
You think he
I
should
mean,
stay
I,
in
I
A plus?
I feel
uh,
like I
I,
feel
I
like we might need to move a lot of these servants down just to like spread
Yeah.
them out
yeah,
a little
but
bit.
like in turn, oh yeah, true. It's a bit crowded, huh? But like in terms of his like, I don't know, but in terms of his like use cases, I wouldn't say he actually fell off at all. One of the bigger reasons is obviously because mental debuff resistance is running rampant. This game just fucking hates it. When charm characters are good, I guess, but I don't know, his use case didn't really like come down in my opinion. But I guess that's because we've been getting raids on raids on raids on raids, and then after that we got nothing. So
I feel like it's more so just because what he does feels less valuable because there's other options that do
yeah,
similar things as good, if not potentially better than him.
yeah.
But they also are capable of doing other things on top of that, and yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I would probably still do the A, honestly.
Oh damn. All right. I don't mind.
It's still a pretty good ranking though. Like considering how simple he is, it's honestly like impressive still, I would say. So I'd move him down to A. Okay. Alright, then the actual day one SSR. You got Vlad. It's funny because he wasn't day one, but that's like Gilgamesh and the Archer one. They just got early IDs because I guess they just had them in the game files before they were actually released as the first limited SSRs early on. But yeah, Vlad was actually day one though. He was placed into A as well. And Vlad is... Nothing's really changed with him. Well, it's going to be basically the same with everyone here, minus some, decks improved with like Summer TM and whatnot. Vlad not being one of those, really. Vlad is on paper, like in a vacuum, he's not good. But he's one of those servants that really needs supports. But he's not bad when he does get the proper support. That's the thing. Like he can actually just go off. But he really needs supports. Like a lot of 5 stars nowadays, they're fairly self-sufficient at keeping themselves going as DPSs. But Vlad, well, his own kit has lines. It's not enough. Like he definitely needs a lot of help to get going. But when you do have that help, he's actually not bad. That's how I've always seen it.
Yeah, he is just MP spam. Like I don't think he's particularly unique or anything. All he does is MP spam, kind of. And if he doesn't spam his MP, he's just kind of eh.
Yeah, his face cards are bad. It doesn't crit either.
Yeah, and like nowadays, I will say like you have a lot of options that you can do. And the only I don't think his kit is like that bad, but like the only thing that really makes him competitive is realistically because he has an upgrade like a true upgrade MP because they actually fixed it, right? Like because
yeah,
he
it's
had
double
like
buff to
lower
have it
scaling.
proper up.
Yeah. They fixed it so it's like an actually upgraded MP.
Yeah.
I don't know. Haven't really thought about using him in a long while, honestly, because he's like I don't actually think like I know for a while like people use him for farming, but I don't even think nowadays people really use him for
I think
farming
he's
that
too
much
selfish
anymore.
for farming, realistically.
Yeah,
It's too easy to get other single targets to NP twice now. And if you don't need them to NP
And chances
3
are they
times,
do
it's like
something for the
whatever.
team as well.
Yeah.
Or have anti-trace that
Honestly.
can also be very helpful in farming.
Yeah, he doesn't have anti-trade, so that's another problem. Yeah, I think if anyone has to move down, wait, was he A or A plus?
He was A. I honestly, I
Ooh.
probably wouldn't mind moving him down.
Yeah, because like I feel like he actually is in a worse spot than he was previously, in terms of use cases, as opposed to Kintoki being like, despite what looks on paper, Anyways, yeah.
Does B
Moving
plus
everything
sound fine,
down.
or where should we go?
I think B plus is fine.
Yeah, I think B plus is fine. He's still usable. It's just like he doesn't really have much anything beyond the refund and decent damage.
Yep, there you go. There's Vlad. Next up, few 4 stars. We're gonna talk about Tamamo Cat. She was placed into D+, where Lancelot now moved into. Again, nothing's really changed with her either, unfortunately. They're very similar in many ways. They even have the same awkward MP plus deck combination of, triple buster, AoE quick MP. Her kit feels maybe tiny bit better, I guess, but it also does have a demerit, which she has a band-aid for. But at the same time, I don't know. Her attack is also way lower, like DPSing. They're both pretty bad in my opinion. That's just how I see it. I don't really think there's a lot of redeeming factors for these two. Again, now that we're in an age where, like, you don't really necessarily need these universal AoEs. Most classes are starting to have many good options when it comes to AoEs. Even the weaker classes that Berserkers are, designed to kind of compensate the power of, or the lack of them, rather. So, I don't know. It's just, like, I don't think this is good enough. I just don't think it works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Berserker used to be like a just being a Berserker class used to be like a luxury. So they're like, oh, we're gonna make their kids weak, but I don't know.
And farming her is basically impossible as well. It's really bad. Because she would only be used in DPS.
Again, another thing that really annoys me about her, I keep saying this, but my biggest gripe is they gave her a super like cute animation where when she stuns herself, she's actually asleep.
Mm-hmm. But you don't want that.
but there's actually a debuff status in the game called sleep.
Oh, and it doesn't give her the animation.
Yes, and it doesn't give her the animation. So whenever she's sleeping, she's standing up with her eyes open. Whenever she's stunned, she's sleeping. And the sleep also triggers whenever other people stun her because they didn't differentiate.
Oh, so they just made it so that it's a stun check for the animation.
Yeah, that's it's only a stun animation where she's sleeping. Anyways, it's completely unrelated, but man, and also Tamamo's never gonna get buffs. So there you go.
Yeah, there it is. I think I would just keep her in D+. I don't think anything's changed. Unfortunate. Okay. Next up, oh boy. It just keeps getting better, doesn't it? We got OG Fran. She was placed into just E tier. Like, actually at the bottom. Kinda unusable, honestly. Just flat out. Like, you thought Tamamo Cat was bad? They somehow have a worse version of her. That's what Fran is. She's a worse version of a Berserker who is losing relevance all the time as well. Like, what is this servant? I have no idea what this servant is supposed to be. It's just, I don't know.
She didn't even get a buff
like even you would pick Lancelot over her any day, and even he's not amazing.
Easy. Yeah, dude. Like back in the day when Lancelot was good, people were like, "Oh, this is like the nerfed version of Lancelot."
She has potential because, like, if you get rid of like all of her problems, she has like the highest NP scaling on AoE servants, like all servants. Is it's AoE quick, and quick has 8% higher scaling, and then she also just has a higher, she has 100% more damage for some reason, but she just sucks. She's just so bad. It's
I can't, like, look at the third skill. She gets 30% MP-1 turn with a demerit of a burn. Not that the demerit is bad, but that's on a 5-turn cooldown. Like, it's such a nothing burger.
Honestly. Yeah.
And then they buffed the second skill, so it's still a 1-turn defense now, but they just added 10% more. It's on a 6-turn cooldown. It's not even a guaranteed stun, and there's no way to improve the odds of her own kit either. Like, oh my god, this is beyond bad.
She has potential. All you have to do is completely rework her. Bro, I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad.
Yep,
the
potential is literally just like one thing that is hidden behind 50 problems. So, yeah.
Or like lack of anything real that's good.
MP upgrade, remove the stun. She would just be like a really high damage Lancelot.
I mean, she would still not be amazing. It would still be pretty bad.
Yeah, she would still not be amazing. Yeah, she would just.
Her refund is like really good.
Good though with the golden rule. Yeah. Yeah. She'll be a really good quick looper, which I mean, I know a lot of people do not care whatsoever. because
She'll single core all of those nodes. That
she
don't
still doesn't have a battery. So yeah, I just man, these outdated ass servants, man. Like what the hell?
Yeah, this really is apparent here in these early ones. But yeah, I think we should just keep her at E. She's just basically unusable. So
Yeah.
there you go. There's Fran. Next up is Beowulf, someone who's maybe not completely a hopeless case. He was placed into B+ last year. He's a very simple Unga Bunga servant, and he actually is full red too this time, so it makes sense. He's like the opposite of Fran, where he has like a gimped modifier in his MP, right? Instead of having irregularly high, he's irregularly low, unfortunately. But it's still a semi-upgraded MP. And when they upgrade to his second and third skill, he feels a bit more modern. He even has a couple of power mods. The giant one and the dragon one, they're both okay. Especially when he's a berserker, he has coverage. They're both 50% each as well. Usually, as far as I know, they don't coexist. Like, if they have the giant dragons, I think they're super giant instead of giant. But, he's fine. If they ever buff his first skill, he could be even better. It's just kind of it's just a mana burst with mixed buffs, so it's maybe slightly better still, but still not great. But he has a crit burst turn as well, here and there. Again, those power mods. He's fine. Like, he's not bad. He even has sure hit as a bonus for utility. And some crit chance down, which is actually good. It's 30% on base OC, which is the base crit maximum. So actually not the worst MP, even if it's basic.
Actually, now looking at his kit, like there are stuff that I like to praise that I used to not praise a lot with him, because like I used to keep focusing on his like really great damage, relatively to some other single target Zergs and whatnot. But like I think the power mod is what keeps a lot of characters relevant, even though it's not a super effective. It is still an anti-trait, and also. Am I crazy? I actually no, I am crazy because Herc also has sure hit on his MP, right? Wait, does he?
No, he only has a defense down.
Oh, he
That's
does.
it. There's
Oh
nothing
yeah,
else.
okay.
It's a
Then yeah,
bad
yeah,
MP.
yeah. I actually quite like the sure hit then, because
Yeah.
it's it's not Invul Pierce, but it's quite nice actually, because I never really noticed quote unquote that he has sure hit on MP. Which I think having any form of like defense buff Pierce is really
And
nice
arguably,
on
it's even slightly better on Berserker because they have more coverage potential. So it's cool when they have this utility stuff.
Yeah. So cool character. Where do we put him last year?
He was
I
B+.
don't think he needs to move down. Yeah, I think he can stay there.
Yeah, I agree. He's good. That's it. He's just good. Especially if you fight Dragon and Giant, then you can actually bring him for real. Otherwise, you might have better options, but he's still pretty good. Okay. Beowulf. Oh boy, probably the worst SSR of the Berserkers next. Unfortunately, Identity Crisis is real. We have Nightingale next. She was placed into flat B, which honestly already kind of high-ish, I guess. She's like she's a support, but she's a Berserker. She can have use, but her class really sucks for her. It's so bad for her. The only good thing about her class is that she will never steal your stars, but it's not worth the trade-off. She should be absolutely any other class. She would be more usable. Even Avenger would be a bit more usable. But yeah, she's got some interesting stuff going on. She can like potentially nullify enemy MPs, so you can tank them. She can remove debuffs, do a bit of a heal. Big single target heal, grant debuff immune. Sometimes instant kill immunity can be useful too. And then she can buff Buster with a good amount too, with a bit of crits there too. And then this second skill is like whatever. It's like the damage part is irrelevant. You're not going to use her as a DPS, but the defense can be okay because 99% of servants are humanoid. But again, it's still not enough because she's a berserker, so 25% defense is not going to make her live against hard hits anyway. So yeah, it's such an awkward servant. And I feel like even though she has many tools, a lot of them are conditional. And I think she still needs a bit more to be like a support you could bring sometimes at least. Because I feel like now you never bring her, even if she has these tools.
Yeah, I think at this point her debuff immune, which I mean it's already buff unfortunately, so don't think they're gonna buff. Her debuff immune has to be 3 turns.
I feel like in most cases 3 turns is good enough, but yeah, they could, I guess.
Like I'm just saying, like if you want to be unique, stand out, because that is a rare effect. But Olga Marie has it for the party, but she has to drain 100. So like it's I don't know. The third skill was interesting, I would say, as a as a, you know, singular buff skill because it kind of has everything.
It's
It has
funny
Sarge
because
Absorb, it has
I
Buster, it
think
has
they
Crit Up.
buffed this so that she didn't look absolutely unusable next to Merlin. But then they buffed Merlin's illusion. It's like, okay, I'm back to that
Yeah.
again. It's like, okay, why
I
bother?
mean, yeah, it kind of. I feel like it kind of does like some of. I think it was just to make her like have a little bit more of what Vitch had, just
That
to
too, yeah.
Yeah,
like
they
still have
Buster,
the
Crit Up,
defensive
Bust,
stuff.
Star Bomb. Yeah,
Because she is
it's very similar to like a mini Vitch kit put into one.
she is really good at
Um,
like preventing debuffs, and because like she can cleanse them with the NP, then she can use a skill, and you immediately don't have to worry about them for a while.
Yeah,
So,
related to that, in a way, she's like the 5-star version of Media Lily with a bit more offense, but she's way more fragile, unironically, despite being a 5-star.
Yeah, I will say Buster doesn't have nearly as good as debuff control compared to Quick and Arts, obviously nowadays. But you know, I so I would still, I haven't used her in a long time, but like I still remember, you know, I sometimes bring her out just to deal with like a very crucial debuff of like a scripted debuff mainly. Like, oh, you know, for example, a boss breaks and then, you know, they're guaranteed to land this really annoying debuff, but if you can preemptively make yourself immune, then it's nice. But then again, you can still use Olga. I'm not saying, you know, it's easy because train 100% gauge is expensive, but then, you know, it's also easier to get her MP. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's another thing. She has 0 batteries and her card gains are not that good. So if you want her MP, you're going to have to fight for it.
Yeah, honestly,
That's a
I do think
problem.
a lot of these non-damaging MPs not necessarily have to be supports because, like, you know, but I'm just saying in general, non-damaging MPs, like, they should get batteries. For example, like, I know we talked about how, like, Super Ryan's so very good, like, he can actually get a battery, honestly. You know, like, all these, like, non-damaging MPs, I think it's okay to have them trigger faster. And Nightingale's certainly a character that needs it, in my opinion, because
Yeah.
all of her, because like you know, her MP actually comes in clutch. A lot of times you kind of need it to come in clutch because it's like a preemptive defensive MP because it's an offensive debuff, right? And then like sometimes like, oh, you know, the enemy just charges MP, oh, I have to like respond to it or something. I don't know. It's she's weird. I still enjoy the whole like, you know, turning enemies MP damage to 0 thing,
Yeah,
but
it's kind of funny. Someone actually just now in the chat made a good comment. Is like, if they made her second skill targetable, that would be very interesting. Because then you could say you don't care about the MP, you just bring her for the skills, right?
Oh yeah,
that could be very interesting.
If her second, oh sorry,
no, I was done.
If her second skill, oh yeah, wow, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's quite a bit here.
If her second skill is targetable, honestly, I would use her a lot in min turns.
Yeah, she would get a lot more use. 50% anti-humanoid, again, which is 99% of servants. That would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, like and you know, in min turns, this is again, do not apply. I'm not taking this into consideration when rating her. Being a berserker is nice because she dies easier, which is actually bad for most people. So,
so yeah, I guess there could be a case where it would be good. Like if this was targetable, they changed nothing else about it. I think she would be like A to A plus easily. Like she would just be a lot more usable because if you have a Buster DPS, you can protect them from debuffs and you can make them do a lot of anti-servant damage. That would be really cool.
And humanoid is really common, so it's almost like a universal PMod against servant.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's.
I would rather keep her in B or move her to Z plus as is. Maybe even Z plus. I think she's just kind of unusable, sadly. But potential is there because of the debuff stuff.
Spread these tiers more out this year, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll just move her there in the middle.
Make space. Move her down to make space. That's crazy, but I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. But hey, maybe someday they could still buff her more. You never know. Potential. Okay. So probably still gonna end up being the lowest rank, I guesses are. But hey, next up we have Kouyou Alter from the same singularity. He's always been someone I've defended myself because he's in a way he's like the 5-star version of Herc. They have a very similar role, except in my opinion, Kouyou Alter can be run front line. Yes, he's lacking offensive buffs, but a lot of supports make up for that anyway. And he's just very durable as a Berserker. He's full red, his face guards can get hit hard, even without crits. You'd be surprised, because his MP does give him a good steroid for the Brave chain as well. And his MP with the buff removes defensive buffs for more damage. And it's upgraded as well, so it's honestly pretty decent damage too. Like I still think despite him being super one-dimensional, he's totally decent. I do wish they buff his guts though, because there should never be a base guts in this game anymore at this point. But yeah, that's like my one gripe. Super high attack too. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if people want to move him down still, but I think he's legit. Like actually, simple but legit. He was in A tier.
I think he's fine at A. He likes a battery. I guess that's the only thing. But like, if they give him a battery, then Kintoki looks really bad. Honestly,
yep.
Because his damage isn't like his damage.
They already
is like on par, yeah.
They already did that with Hijikata, and it was like, damn, like Hijikata does almost as much damage as this other. No,
yeah.
Not quite, but you know.
Well, yeah. Kintoki's one-turn burst with that 50% attack up, basically, it is what still like makes him just a big damage guy. But yeah, like Kouyou Alter's damage is even closer to Kintoki. No, isn't it like almost matching? I don't remember, but like it's like
probably very similar.
Yeah, if they give him battery, it makes Kintoki looks absolutely just a jobber, which is crazy because he's still used a lot. But yeah, he's solid. I don't know. Again, only usable in boss fights in most cases, but really good at it. Hard to rate. I think I definitely keep him where he is though, because like, I don't think he got any worse or he got like power crept or anything. And his survival is like just enough, like which is surprising because it's just a 2-hit evade and a guts, but like. You know, he does so much damage that he doesn't.
Honestly, like, if you have the defense up from his second skill active and you MP with maybe a bit of overcharge, he can actually tank some hits because there's a lot of defense for one turn.
Yeah. So,
I feel like in a lot of ways he's kind of just like a better Herc. Like I know Herc has like he has more. Like he has more longevity with his Bonzi and such, but like if you're looking to
play up front,
someone, if you're looking to make someone into a DPS, Kouyou Alter is just very well geared for that. Like every NP does good damage because you don't have to worry about defensive buffs, and then there's always a steroid attached to it. And like he's very he's very self-reliant on his own defenses, so you can just like throw a Koyan at him and okay, now he has his skills back sooner. Might not get you more damage, but it means that you're less likely to die when you're getting that cooldown reduction.
Yeah, and now with Merlin buff still as well, that can also fit.
Yeah, like the only thing that you can kind of say is a little difficult to make up for with him is the gains, but even then, like you can literally just throw a bunch of charged supports on him, and he's probably going to be fine.
Yeah. And his 2 gains cards are good if you actually don't go full red for once. They actually do refund really well.
Yeah, the defensive buff removal before damage. Again, you know, I know there's a lot of box buff or whatever, but that on a Berserker is really good. The fact that it's before damage. Like I love Berserkers that can just deal with people's defenses because they are supposed to be pure offense glass cannons, and if your glass cannon can't be blocked, then it's pretty good cannon. Just kill them before they kill you. And again, he's not glass cannon, sorry, because like I guess that's not a good analogy because it's Kouyou Alter. But yeah, I like him quite a bit, a lot, a lot more than how Herc plays, just because he can play up front. Yeah,
I think he can probably barely stay in A still. I could maybe see if someone said B+. I wouldn't be mad about it, but I think he can stay in A.
Yeah, the gripe is just like he's not great at farming, right?
Yeah, you don't bring him ever. There's no point.
Yeah, but like again, you can't really like rob Kintoki of like the only thing he does essentially.
Mm.
So, well, you
Well, never
can,
say
but
never. I guess
they
we'll see.
depart.
But for now, at least,
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean they could also give Kintoki like CQ stuff, and then suddenly you'll feel like, oh wait, hold on,
Yeah.
maybe cool turns a buff. But yeah, depends.
Still solid. Maybe not amazing, but just good old reliable. Okay, next up we have Raikou. Back to more limiteds. She was placed into flat A, and this was with her having her buff last year as well. So she has a battery. Rejoice. I think that was the reason we kept her in A, or maybe even bumped her up. Maybe she was even got an up. Maybe she was in some like B plus or something the year before that. But yeah, she can work. Her farming is still gonna be like only if you have like a crazy copy you would use her for farming. But as a DPS, she did improve as well because she can crit, which is nice for a berserker. She has some defense. I kind of do dislike the 1-turn evasion being on this offensive skill because you definitely want the 3-turn buster to be enabled and probably the battery early on too. Her power mod, it depends on the fight, obviously. It can be a dead skill too, which is a bit unfortunate. I do wish they buffed this too, so that there's something else going on. But if it works, it actually can improve her damage a lot. And you can even I think in some very rare cases, you can even overlap these power mods. But yeah,
I will say, oh sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
If my memory serves right, I think last year we were really looking at looping damage comparisons, and then hers looked really pretty. But here's the
Yeah.
thing, right? Like again, I'm not gonna take this too hard into consideration, but here's the thing with the looping thing: 50 chargers this year got a different system now with the Black Grail. Well, she
Yeah.
cannot do it. I'm not saying this is like suddenly makes her just trash or whatever, because again, I'm not taking single core looping like that hard into consideration anymore. But just keep that in mind. Like one of the bigger reasons I feel like, at least I remember we put her high is because her looping damage is really high. Like
Her
higher
comp
than
still
like
was improved with the
Morgan and stuff.
waiver Omi-san system, I guess. And also,
Oh,
50%ers
I didn't know she could
are,
use
they're not,
waiver
like, if
Omi.
you can loop with a 50% C, it's still pretty good because, like, we had the
Yeah,
event
because
C
events.
argument.
Yeah.
So, it's still not bad by any means.
Yeah. Where did she go?
She was in A tier after the buffs last year, yeah. The battery
Maybe she
edition.
can move down half. Am I crazy?
I don't mind if we want to move her down to B+, but what do you think, Otto?
I mean, I guess looking at the, we'll definitely have to move other people down as well, though, because like I don't think she's like
I feel
more
like
than a
it's
full tier below.
I feel like it's fair because, like, I mean, we're gonna be looking at other servants as well, but like, I do feel like she's not terrible. It's just she's not as impressive as a lot of the AOEs we see here.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the
Damage
B
slop.
plus for now and see how the others. There's probably going to be quite a bit of movement here. Yeah.
I mean, she has always been like good Zerkalot kind of, I guess, but in Buster, right? Like she does the
She's just a
high
much
hit.
better Lancelot.
Yeah, she does the big star gen AoE MP, and then she does the guaranteed star absorbs, and she
3
crits with
turns.
it, right?
Yeah.
Like this is
So yeah, she's definitely the turbo upgraded Lancelot still. Not that it says a whole lot, but yeah. There you go. Back to another 4-star. We got the OG Banana. Covered her summer version already many weeks ago on the Lancer list, and now the Berserker OG. She was placed in B+. She was right next to Beowulf. Her kit doesn't have... I think I slightly prefer Beowulf's kit, but she's got her MP with the buff removal as well, which is kind of cute. Sadly, it is after damage, but it's still nice to have because it also removes offensive buffs, not just defensives. And if the enemy happens to have a guts, then it actually works really well because then the MP can just kill as is. Because that's how it works. It's funny. But yeah, she's very basic. She lacks hard survival as well. That's another thing. But at least with her third skill active, she can tank 1 turn. Because that's like 60% defense. Besides that, she is a bit fragile. Not gonna lie. Yeah, the heal won't do much either. and chances are you might target it anyway. It's interesting because she has this 100% crit damage targeted, but on herself it's going to be hard to make it work. You will need a lot of support help for that. Otherwise, because she has 0 stars, 0 absorb. Yeah, she won't be making any stars either. A lot of one hit. Most of her deck, including her MP, is a one hitter. Oh, that's a bit rough. I'm actually not super impressed for some reason. I don't know.
It's the buff removal and the debuff cleanse for me. That's it. Kind of.
Yeah, they're okay utility to have for sure.
It's literally the average damage for her group. Like no NP upgrade. This is it's nice that she at least has a bit of utility between those two effects.
Honestly, it would be nice if she had a battery, because crits are hard to enable on her, and it's hard to get her MP, honestly. I don't know. I honestly think Beowulf might be a bit better now. Looking at it again.
I mean,
even though nothing's really changed with them.
And depend on if you want to. I like the cleanse, I guess. But yeah, the buff removal is after damage, but in the challenge quest is if you're not like trying to, I don't know.
If anything, it's mostly nice for offensive buffs because it's after damage.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like a defense up or like a multi-hit invul, it's still pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I don't. I guess she needs an MP upgrade, maybe.
Yeah, that's another thing. She does not have an MP upgrade, which I actually forgot about. I thought she may have had one, but no.
Yeah, if she had an MP, like a solid MP upgrade, I think she'll be pretty solid.
It would still be hard to get her MP, so that's another thing. But yeah,
I guess
it would help though for sure. I would probably move her down to just B tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh well, not a bad servant, but nothing too impressive these days either. Okay, B for banana, but now without the plus. We need more vitamins. All right, last week was MHX, now we get the Alter. Headshot is here. She was placed into flat A, which, is that generous? Now that I think about it.
No, I mean, she does very good damage.
Oh yeah, because she's got the anti-good and the anti-saber, which is a lot of damage for sabers. And most sabers are good, right?
It's just the damage, though. Like,
yeah, she has like not much other than doing damage.
She doesn't have a battery. Her gains are okay at best. Like,
yeah, better than her competition so far, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, and also I got once again as a reminder, it's extra damage against saber servants. I don't think it's class, right?
Oh yeah, it's specifically servants, but it makes sense because her other power mod is alignment, which is basically servant exclusive as well. Yeah. And a lot of sabers do happen to be good, so it's actually a cool combo regardless, even if it's still a bit like not as universal as you would hope.
I mean, no, if they made a saber class, it's too much in my opinion. Like you can't give a berserker like anti-class damage. Like that's why I'm so iffy with like Solomon, because Solomon has anti 7 class enemies, and he is a pretender. So like against knight classes, he's almost doing like full class advantage as a result. So but he's still not a berserker. Anyways, it's beyond the point. But yeah, she does a lot of damage, but not much else. There's a lot of trouble keeping her alive, I would say, in many cases.
Yeah, she's got a heal, but no heart defense, no guts, no battery. Gains are okay, so that makes up for a little bit, like compared to the others, but
yeah, and she doesn't spam her MP for free, right? Like the other berserker that has anti-saber P mod, she doesn't have a battery either, but at least she spams her MP basically for free. I mean, the AoE versus single target are not really comparable.
No.
I bet if Ryou was here, he would defend her a little bit more. But
really, does he just love the character? I feel like gameplay-wise, I don't think Ryou would be too impressed.
Honestly, yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know. I can't speak for him. But where was she was A.
Yeah.
Is she
it's
Vlad
close.
tier?
I think she's either A or B plus. I don't know. Because she's
Yeah,
still
I
so
mean,
good on Saber Servants, but outside of that,
yeah,
you wouldn't really bring her though, right? I don't think so.
no, like no, like
I-
you can bring her
I'll be
against a
honest,
good, but yeah, I don't know. Bring an archer.
I'll be honest. Even okay,
She
good is
just
the
does a lot of
P-mod, right?
damage. Yeah, yeah.
If
Yeah, I think.
against a good enemy, I'd probably bring Kouyou Alter instead.
Huh.
Saber class servant. I mean, like once you get to super effective, I feel like that might be enough to like hit some sort of breakpoint. But like just for 50p mod and like not really anything of note in her kit, like it's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely move down just because you think she should be higher than Vlad. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, uh,
I think we can
should she
move her
be
to
higher
B
than Vlad?
plus at least, and then we'll see how if we remove
Yeah,
others.
because honestly, I think like compared to stuff like Raikou and Vlad, they're not. She's not better than Raikou or Vlad. I
I don't think at least
I
better
really
than
don't think so.
Raikou. Vlad, I'm not so
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Maybe the same, maybe better, but I think she shouldn't be higher than Raikou.
yeah. No.
Even
I
if they
think she
are,
needs to move
they
down.
are both single target versus AoE, but they are both basically DPS for the most part. But Raikou at least can farm too, so there's that. You don't really bring edge shot ever farming; it's
And
not doable. So
like Raikou has the basic evade battery whatever, like it's on the same skill, but like it's she has like the survival, she has the battery, um and also she has anti traits, just two pretty common anti trait power mods against servants. So it's like they are very similar, but Raikou has a bit more in terms of being a servant that has like just
she
standard
crits
stuff,
more
like
too, despite being
Yep.
Buster versus Quick.
Yep.
I'll go B plus for now. All right, another limited. One of my favorites as well. Got Hijikata. I'm a big Shinsengumi fan. He was placed into A last year, and I don't know. Maybe I was being a bit too like soft on him because I figure I didn't want to say anything too much because I feel like I'm gonna come off as very
No,
biased. But at the same time, I don't know. I think he is very legit. He's very legit.
I mean, he has a battery now. He does like good damage when he's
Hmm.
at low HP. Really good damage, insane damage when he's at low HP.
Yeah.
Frankly, um, and like normally he's like usable, and he has his own guts. I don't know. He's
And
like
what
a
I really
side
like, I
build for
love the guts
Kintoki, I
buff
guess.
particularly. Like the battery addition is great because now we can even use him in farming if you have a great copy like I do. But the guts buff was what truly really made me fall in love with his gameplay because he used to be like super risky to bring because he had nothing to really like. You had to bring a gutsy, and even then, it's like you might just die immediately after or on the same turn. But this guts, not only is it a guts that he can bring for free on his own kit, it also stacks with other guts. So you can also bring another guts from another servant or even a CE, and then you are pretty durable for at least a good handful of turns, despite being so fragile in terms of damage taken. Like this one time 3-turn guts that stacks with others, it actually is a big deal in boss fights. Because I use him a lot on bosses. Because he's one of my favorites. He's just such a fun servant. It is like still kind of high risk, high reward, but just a very fun way to deal with bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And he has 3 turns
He
of
was
absorb on a low cooldown, so he can crit too. He's not just this MP. He can actually do crits too.
Yep.
Because his crit damage goes up to 100% based on missing as well.
I'm still a fan of Hijikata's gameplay. I feel like he does good enough with his potential damage that it validates picking him sometimes. Then he also has like, I mean, he has his own debuff cleanse and he has his own like his damage is not terribly difficult to enable. It's just like you got to get him low first, and then you have to protect him, which I don't feel like is too difficult. But that's
Yeah,
part of,
I
like,
run him
how
with
I play.
Rhinus too, who has targeted invul, and then you can even do the MP, which nullifies class disadvantage.
I see.
Also, the one thing, if I had to complain about one thing, it's his deck. It's the elephant in the room. The double quick double buster is not the best for him, sadly. I wish he was triple buster, but, you know, oh well.
What was he A before?
He was A, yeah.
I will say though, probably a lot of this comparison is drawn with characters who moved down to B plus, because I think Kouyou Alter, despite not having the getting, the I don't know what it's called, the low HP high attack effect,
Yeah.
Kouyou Alter as a guts having Berserker probably is a better.
Mm.
I don't
He's
know.
easier to work with on bosses. I'll say
but
that
like,
much at least, but yeah.
Kouyou Alter doesn't. Well, I mean, like his cards are good, but he doesn't really have anything outside his NP that boosts.
Yeah,
his
he doesn't
cards.
crit as easy as
Hijikata-
Hijikata does.
Yeah, Hijikata is less dependent on allies for like making him crit because he has a 3-turn absorb and
I guess yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
I honestly, I
don't know.
think Hijikata is even a bit better than Kouyou Alter a lot of the times, but I'm not sure if I would put him any higher on the tier though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's just of the two things that you have to make up for with a Buster Berserker, card damage versus survivability. Survivability is harder to make up for with Buster Servants. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Also deck difference. I mean, Hijikata probably has an easier time getting his MP.
Oh, yeah.
Just because
Yeah, he
of
is a
battery.
Slightly, his gains are still not amazing, but they're better than like Kouyou Alter a bit on average. But if Kouyou Alter gets a mighty, then he just clears. I would keep them both here. I think they're both good. Somewhat interchangeable, but depending on the scenario, one will feel better than the other. I think that's about it.
Yep.
There you go. All right. So, well, is this the first? It's the first welfare. I guess it took it a while to print the gold welfare berserker, but yeah, Chacha. She was placed into D plus as well. Because man, is she not needed? I think is the word or the term I would use here. Like, is she unusable? No. Is she needed though? Not really. Just a free MP5. She does have a good chunk of gauge per turn, so you can actually get her MP at times. But she doesn't have actually any like flat battery. And her crit mechanic is unusable. Minus 50% is sadly not enough to make her crit. And it's just a weak stars per turn otherwise. The defense down thingy is cool, but it's single target, so it's unusable, awkward with her MP, and it's really bad for farming, obviously, as well.
And it's also just like, okay, you use it and it's immediately 10% defense down.
Yeah. It lacks the punch.
Maybe on some other card effect, like maybe if it was like Buster resist down, I would find that more interesting because defense down is one of the worst types to try and like ramp up stack against because of the low cap. It only goes up to 100%.
Like both the second and the third, because you can tell they haven't been buffed because of how awkward they are. It's just weird skills. I like the third skill a bit more though, but yeah, even then it's like hard to make work.
Is this Chacha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why she exists, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, I still have a soft spot for her because I max bonded her. When she was like my first ever welfare that I maxed on JP. I ran her and waiver frontline because it's just a no-brainer stuff, and the game wasn't very hard, so it just works. But
the problem with her is like they nerfed her so much because she's a berserker that she doesn't even do more damage than other people. I think that's a big problem because like berserkers are supposed to be forgiven for having like, worse kit and then fragility because they deal more damage to neutral. But because they axed her like attack stat, they axed a bunch of stuff to the point that
they tried to fix it a little bit by adding this 30% buster here with the buff when she was added, I believe, to the welfare shop. This is when that happened, but it's all she has because this defense down is such a whatever skill in most cases. That's it. The MP doesn't have anything for damage either.
It makes her a shittier Brynhild because like she has less basic things, but she at least has like the charge per turn now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just
Yeah, we'll talk about Summer Bryn a bit later too. But yeah, she feels like a much more modern version of Chacha. Even though I don't think Summer Bryn is like amazing either, she definitely feels way better than Chacha does. Not even close.
Oh yeah, yeah. Summer Bryn is not amazing either, you know. But the
I'd probably keep her D plus as well, mostly because the first skill buff. Otherwise, she'd be like D tier. I think it's okay. Not great though by any means. There's the trio. Right, for permanent Berserkers of the 4-star kind, we got Penth next. She was placed into C+, sole 4-star there. The Angry Amazon Queen. She's got so... Okay, the main problem with her is, again, lack of survival. 0. Well, the only thing they can kind of count is the debuff immunity, which is cool to have, though. It's a flat 3 turns. It's nice. But man, can she just die immediately? Because I have her on my free-to-play, where I'm lacking options. I think she might even be MP2 or something. Maybe not. But sometimes when I bring her, she just dies instantly. I'm like, okay, cool. That was a nice fight. Let's go again. But yeah, she has a surprisingly spammable MP, mostly because you can get up to 20 gauge per turn with her. Her card gains are otherwise not amazing. The 2 gains cards are alright, but there's only 2 of them, so you're still going to be a bit starved for gains sometimes. And man, does she lack lines in her kit. That's all I can't believe. I just realized. 0 buffs, really, though. Really now. 0 buffs. She's been in the game for like, what, 7, 8 years, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah. You know, it's she doesn't get a bonus in the next event, does she?
I don't remember.
No, I don't
Probably
think
not.
so.
That's
unfortunate.
No,
yeah, I know
don't
Hippolyta had a chance, but man, yeah.
Yeah, one day, you know.
The one saving grace is that she has this weird anti-Greek mail, and luckily for her, she is a Berserker, so she can basically use it against all of this. It's still not a huge list, but you can still bring her against all of them, even the 2 Berserkers, because it's 100%. So it's still pretty good compared to like normal classes who would do 2x instead of 1.5. So it would still be a reasonable case.
She's very much a like multi-core type sub DPS type of servant, like someone you bring to help break a bar in an AoE quest if your AoE isn't strong enough. She's not the best at it. The debuff immune is pretty nice, but it's like it's cool that she can like buff the team and get her NP fairly easily, but that's basically all she does.
Yeah. And again, if you bring her in bosses, sometimes she just dies instantly and there's nothing you can do about it. No survival whatsoever.
Nah, man. If you are playing with a bunch of like Buster servants that are like Berserkers and shit, and you're not bringing it like at least Leonidas, for example, you're going in a
you're rolling a dice.
Fashion. Yeah.
Honestly, I think she could probably move down to C tier.
Yep.
Just down half a tier.
Yeah.
Just too basic. Just anti-Greek, and even then, if it's a boss fight, you still have to pray that she doesn't die. That's it. Alright, there you go, Penth. Next up, Summer Nobu. This is a decent one for sure. She was placed into A tier last year because, well, she can be a bit fragile too. She at least does have 1 turn of evasion, and then upgraded MP, which also is anti-divine. That's the main selling point of Summer Nobu, the MP for sure. She can actually do some good chunk of anti-divine damage. It is only for her MP, not the face cards. But it is upgraded, so it actually does hit pretty hard on them. She can also guarantee her burning field from the upgraded MP, which means you can also get the attack buff from her 3rd skill guaranteed. It's the same awkward case, slightly awkward case though, like with Ozymandias, where you get the Sun field that's needed for a skill to be more effective. So you might have to sometimes do a little slightly of an awkward turn, but it's still cool that she can at least get it now herself. She's got sure hit for 1 turn, a nice, not the worst downtime, I guess, if you ever do need it for more than 1 turn at a time. Her 2nd skill is the funny thing. It's like the mini Merlin MP, but high emphasis on mini, because it really is mini. The only thing that's like okay is the stars. Everything else is like so tiny, you don't even notice it. But yeah, anti-divine. Berserker works. Would be nice if she had a battery, though. I'll say that much. Again, as lame as it is, it would be nice. But luckily for her, her busters, despite being full red, her busters can actually generate MP a bit because there's 6 hitters. So if you start with an arts, you can actually get a somewhat of a gains thing going on with her. It's funny.
Yeah, and a Mighty Chain Buster card, if it doesn't crit, it gets like 5% charge. If it crits, it gets 10% charge, which is kind of nuts. It's just I don't know how valuable is it.
Oh, someone checked.
I
Apparently,
mean,
Penth does have an
gotta-
event bonus. So maybe.
Oh, hold
fingers
on.
crossed.
Oh.
Please,
I assume that was you
Alpium.
checked for the upcoming Strange Fake, Ross. That's what we were talking about, and not NA events. Just to check. But yeah, if she does, then maybe fingers crossed. That would be cool.
Hopium.
Okay, it is Strange Fake apparently. Cool. God, I hope they both
Alright.
Penth. But yeah, back to Summer Nobu, I guess.
Well, in my opinion, like yes, she has like some kits or whatever, but like she is all about that anti-divine MP damage, which is which like surpasses SSRs when it hits. Anything else, like it's just whatever about this character. No battery, annoying to work with a lot of times. So that's why she's, despite being a berserker with an upgrade MP, but with a hard hitting upgrade MP, is not really that utilized in farming with anti trade.
Yeah, not in farming. She's just boss stuff for sure.
Yeah, she just does a lot of damage against divine, but that's it. I can't think of anything else. I see her pull off crazy stuff even to this day just because of that. But at the same time,
she has great coverage as a berserker, and divine is such a common trait, so it really does help her case a lot. Luckily for her.
Yeah,
I would probably keep her a day, just because it's such a big coverage that she has.
Sure.
Even if the rest of the kit doesn't look all that impressive.
Sure. How about you, Otto? What do you think? Because we still had Herc at A.
She still has like a use. Yeah, I mean, like, if anyone's seen the video, like, you know how I feel about single target berserkers. So, like, having that value is pretty nice. Yeah.
I think she can barely stay in A. We'll see. But, yeah. Okay.
She gets to stay.
True. All right. Mentioned her earlier in her archer form, but now we get Jalter next. It's definitely an upgrade to her archer variant. Is she still like amazing? Not really. She was also placed in B+, but she actually can be used though, luckily. So there's that. More single target action, this time of the green kind. I do like the MP seal on the MP. The curse is kind of useless unless you're running the anti-curse C or something. Can have a crit turn here and there. Unfortunately, just a AoE mana burst, which is whatever. Has a dodge, which is nice. Just kind of basic, but has like the building blocks in place, I want to say. That's kind of how I feel about the Alter. Double Buster, Double Quick actually works on her because of the quick MP. So Summer Scotty is a great combo with her. Yeah, and Chaotic Evil. Good with Dolman as well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. What's up?
Is it because somebody said I have like high background noise with my like clicking.
Oh, I'm just hearing the music on the background after besides your voices.
Yeah, I wonder who said that.
Anyway, how do you guys feel about her? I think she's fine. Just has the building blocks, and otherwise just nothing too great. No anti-trades, no nothing. Some okay stuff, like the NPC, like it. I do like that.
Yeah, I think she kind of needs a buff nowadays, but I like the playstyle. But I don't know. It's this is not a lot of good reasons to use her. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Hyper offensive, quick DPS. It fits with Summer Scotty very well. Where do we have her? Like B+?
B+. She was next to Beowulf.
Her versus Beowulf. I would say Beowulf is definitely easier to use, probably just because of the anti-trait. I don't know.
She could possibly come down to B, maybe.
Yeah, I think honestly, yeah.
What do you think,
I know
Otto?
it's a hot take, but yeah, I don't think she's particularly impressive.
Yeah, I don't feel like she's better than Ibaraki, honestly.
Yeah, they were both in the same tier, so we could maybe move both of them down to B. Alright, there you go. Still better than her archer version. Next up, oh, it was the person very close to them in the list. We have, I'm just gonna write Jalter Summer, so it's not too long looking. So yeah, more John faces. Jalter Summer. She was placed into flat B. She really is all about MP damage, because she cannot crit, unless you have a lot of help with her. 0 absorb, 0 stars. Small battery with the mana burst, although the mana burst, interesting, like they're like, hey, let's add a battery to it, but then make the cooldown higher and make the buster so much lower, and also added the merit. Like, this skill arguably, depending on the case, this could be worse than a mana burst, like a base buster mana burst. Battery probably makes it better in a lot of cases, but still, it's like, what is this skill, bro? Why is it so, why does it even have a demerit? Even without the demerit, it would still be bad. Okay. Anyway, I do like the first skill. That's the coolest thing about her. Her getting these one-hit evasions for 3 turns. It's a cool little thing. I do like that. The MP is terrible effects-wise. The only saving grace is a free MP5, and otherwise it only has a burn on it. She doesn't have any anti-burn whatsoever, so you would have to bring some other stuff to, you know, synergize with that. And then they double down on it, because she also applies burn with her normal attacks. It's like, why is she so... She doesn't even have amplifiers, so she can't even do burn damage. It's such a... Like, this, you can tell this is an old welfare at this point. A lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
First skill is cool,
I guess
though.
Honeyley.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Pretty much. But if you run Honey, like, it's gonna be hard to get her MP as well.
Yeah, it's just old welfare. She does big MP damage. That's about it. Triple Buster deck though, which is nice.
Yeah, full ready is alright. Pretty high attack too for a 4-star.
I mean, probably stay.
Yeah, stay or C+, but maybe Z+ is a bit too harsh with the free MP5. I don't know. It's a tough call. I mean, there's no one at Z+ right now, though, since Penth came down. I don't know.
Is she really that bad compared to like,
maybe not. Maybe she would be on the same tier as Ibaraki.
Ibaraki, Jalter, like I feel like they all have kind of a similar problem. Like they got like an evade and whatever, but like that's about it.
Yeah.
And Jalter obviously has better crits, but
Ibaraki can cleanse and remove buffs.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Sure.
It's kind of boring kit. Yeah.
Yeah, she can probably stay there. There's a trio for you in B. Okay.
I wouldn't call her a niche, chat, but it's just like it's quite the opposite. She kind of just like.
Also, anything to add auto to Summer Jalter?
It's NP5 Berserker with a 20 battery. That's it. She's
much.
Just not. I don't.
She's just
really
damage slop, bro. Like. It's damage slop. That's all she is. She's damage slop. She does damage.
I don't know. I don't know if this is a hot take, but in a lot of situations, I'd actually prefer the Mecha Ellies.
I think
fair,
so,
honestly.
Yeah.
Especially after the buff, though. She has like what 3 turn, 50% crit, 50% MP damage up, or something.
Kind of true.
Even before. You know, okay, here's the hot take. Even before that, I would have preferred them.
Then I think it's a bit 50-50, but with the new buff, probably, actually, yeah.
I mean, she is definitely not as fragile. Yeah, no, I kind of know what you mean. She's not as fragile.
Because they also, like, remove defensive buffs after their NP. Like, they actually have an NP effect.
Yeah, and it has defense down. It's better than the flat burn with no amp and no other burn synergy. What are we talking about? We were just comparing her to Mecha Liz. Honestly, Mecha Liz does look better now. But how high would we place Mecha Liz? This is a meta moment that we should already compare.
Ooh.
I think Mecha Liz with the buff would be like a B+ or something, maybe. I don't
know. With or without glasses?
What?
I'm a glasses guy.
No, I posted 2 images.
Oh. I thought you were just asking general question. Okay, let's see.
Oh, with glasses actually. It's not.
Oh, for
It's not just
sure,
that,
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
totally. It
It's
looks
not
too
just that.
empty otherwise, and glasses are
Yes,
always
I
nice.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think she needs like some extra stuff.
Is this the Tomodachi game thingy that you're doing it for? 'Cause I know
Yeah.
some people are playing it. So this is what we're talking about for chat reference. Now they can see
Yeah,
it too. I
yeah
glasses for sure.
we
She
ran
looks
out of
like
stuff in
Summer
FGO.
Sith with the glasses extension. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because
Yeah.
because I can't really put the crown in front of the hair like I
Mhm.
want to, but yeah. Okay,
Anyway, there
thank
you
you
go.
for
We
your
ran
feedback.
out of
I'm
content on
doing a
FGO, so Otto had to make an island where me and Rio has a yaoi relationship. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
look.
A strange fake way to
It's
move
not
on.
look.
Bro.
I didn't encourage anything, but when Plushy came over and asked me about feelings for Rio, I mean,
Okay.
Fair
an
enough.
equal opportunity.
Oh, you better wake the fuck up.
Wake up, samurai.
Wake up, Samurai. Yeah,
We gotta
he's probably
see
just
the
tired.
bird. Yeah, we'll keep Jalter in B, I think. It's fine. We might bump Mechaliz on their list though. We'll see about that. Anyway, next up, the horse. We got Xiang Yu. Arguably, there is another horse now on this list too. Maybe not as horsey, but horse traits, I guess. But before we get there, yeah, the big man. He was placed into A+ last year. And that was, again, it was in the same day the buff happened. And it was his MP buff. I really do like his MP buff though. The rest of his kit, it's honestly not terrible, but man, the MP buff is nice. Like he gets the ignore defense, not just for the MP damage, for the full turn, including face cards. He can ramp crit, the defense down. It is after damage, but you can ramp that up too if it's a boss fight. And then you have a good chunk of MP damage. Like, it's a great offensive MP, it really is. And of course the damage upgrade on top. He actually got a good claw up with this. Even his farming numbers improved, obviously, despite the effects not really helping too much, besides the damage upgrade. It did help just with the upgrade as well. Granted, his refund is still pretty ass, so I think he's still mostly going to be picked as a DPS. But he also has Invul Pierce, a good uptime, so he kind of has the double whammy as well. He's very offensive, that's for sure. In fact, I just realized he has 4 crit damage thingies in his, or 3 crit damage. Oh, if you count the passive, then it's 4, but yeah, a lot of crit damage. He could probably cap his crit too, depending on the turn and your supports. Any thoughts on the horseman a year after the buff? Were we a bit too generous, or how are you feeling?
I mean, his playstyle is very unique, but he still has like the no battery problem. He does really good card damage.
So I
His
kind of
MP 's
like that.
almost
Unlike
like-
Lancelot, it's nice that he has the triple buster despite having a quick MP, because his cards are,
Yeah.
especially now that he ramps up crit even more, it's nice that he has triple buster.
Yeah, his MP almost feels like a tool to get his MP up, to get his card damage up sometimes. Especially
Yeah,
if you're doing
the
like
crit up, the ignore defense, the defense down, they all help with face cards potentially.
yeah, especially if you're fighting against like a single target boss or whatever, where you care more about single target damage. The problem is the slight complaint. I wouldn't say like real problem, I guess, because Mighty Chains exist. I think he would be a lot more awkward if Mighty Chains didn't exist. But like the one thing would be like, I guess he can't do Buster Brave Chain while with his MP. So like imagine if he could like buff his his Buster cards and then Buster Brave with his MP.
I don't know, man.
That
I
would be
like
like
Mighty Chains. I like Mighty Chains.
Mighty Chains are great. So
Love
I don't necessarily think it's a bad
Yeah, it
thing,
makes
but
it
like
less
that's
awkward.
like one that's one gripe I can complain, I guess. But
I think the other
yeah, I
grab
don't
would
know.
be to have some kind of a battery still, even if again it sounds
Oh,
always
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
boring, just so you can get the train
Yeah.
rolling a bit faster.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, here's the thing, right? When most of your characters have batteries, ones that don't really stand out as being clunky. That's
And
just
with
how
this
it is.
MP,
And,
you
like,
really do want to use it as often as you can now that it's buffed. Like, it's such a nice MP FX wise.
I don't even feel like it's that hard to get him to NP. Like his quick card and his arts cards are nice.
yeah, but like
and,
he only
he-
has one each.
like-
It's I
Yeah,
don't
depending
know.
on how your card distribution goes in a cycle, you
another-
can get screwed a bit sometimes.
Here's another thing. How much offensive support do you actually have to focus on him?
I guess
Because
it's
if
just
you're
Scotty,
You can
right?
actually bring a bit
if
more utility,
yeah,
honestly.
if you're more so focused on just like getting him to NP, like he is going to be self-sufficient. Like 20 defense down, 50 crit every single time. It's like he'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. It's just and he has Involve Pierce.
He's pretty stacked
I don't
offensively.
know.
You just bring whatever utility or batteries or whatever you need depending on the fight.
Yeah.
Would you keep him in A plus or A? I think he's one of the A's.
We moved a lot of people down to A though.
We
I
have
think
moved.
maybe
I
A.
don't. Has only maybe like what someone moved up or something.
I don't know, man. Like he's so profoundly
Just-
offensively geared, and like it's really hard for him to just not do damage.
Mhm.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but like
I don't like him a lot, dude.
I do like him on
compared to like
paper as well.
Raikou.
I do think he's much better than Raikou, despite
Oh, really?
missing
I mean,
the 30%
I guess that's
battery.
fair.
Raikou
Yeah,
can
I guess
farm.
that's
He
fair,
can't
'cause
really
the
do
Invoke
that. But
Pierce.
for DPS, I think he's just straight up a lot better.
Yeah.
I guess.
I can. I mean, I kind of want to say A, but like,
I can't decide either.
No. I think A is because like I will be moving stuff down to A plus.
It would be nice if he had the battery, like 30%. Then I think it's an easy A plus.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like
honestly,
I
yeah,
can't
probably.
decide.
Yeah, I think for now A, just because I think he still has.
He's like a
some
high
stuff to be
A.
fixed.
Let's put him there.
Yeah.
Feels good though. Very good servant. Once you get the train rolling. Alright, one of the elephants in the room. It's Arjuna Alter. Talk about damage. Yeah, this guy is damage. Pretty much all he does. Durable high attack. Enables his own niche because that's very fair as a berserker. Even has the not only does this debuff activate his power mod, it's also a debuff that makes the MP itself do more damage too, and his triple buster deck as well. Like he's such a basic servant, but man, he's like the fact that he just enables himself like that is still pretty stupid, huh?
Is Arjuna Alter still worth using?
Valid question every single
That is
year.
the question. Yeah.
Turns out he might be. He might just be. Especially again, if we want to bring the event, because he's a 50% looper, then events have aged pretty well for him as well. Because they tend to nowadays basically always be 50% Cs as well.
I'm just thinking if not him, what AoE berserker would be EX, right? Like,
I'm pretty okay. I will say this much: Lohi is the no-brainer. I know if that's just me, but she's the no-brainer EX. But yeah. I could be biased because she's also one of my favorites.
What was the
Arjuna Alter?
We just started talking about Arjuna Alter. Plus, she just asked a question if he's not gonna be EX, then what other berserker would be of the AOE? And I would say Lohi, in my opinion, is the no-brainer. But maybe that's me being biased at the same time. But I think she is that versatile at the same time.
He has triple buster deck, has really big damage,
Yeah, damage he is not lacking. That is for sure. He's lacking on some other areas though, but damage, yeah, he's got it.
He's just
they could have made my life so much easier if they just fucking buffed Morgan and Sea Monster Crisis and made her like busted as fuck. So I don't.
Yeah, they would just do like we were like comparing always like King Hassan and Kama, and then they do that Kama, and people was like, yeah, okay, it's kind of hard to now. So yeah, they could have done something similar or whatever.
It made my life easier, but
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I guess he's still EX.
I guess some people are bringing Solomon into the comparison as well because he is semi-universal as well, or has maybe not as big coverage, but still does have good coverage.
Yeah, I mean, look, big AOE buster damage. I will say Arjuna Alter definitely. I mean, that's just natural. You will feel weaker year by year, but like, just at what point do we move him down half a tier? I don't know. Because we are still ranking within berserkers, because like none of these got buffed, right?
The awkward part always is that people are not really attached to two. I mean, they are attached, but like less attached to the solo ranking of Arjuna Alter and Morgan. Is the people are attached to the comparison between those two. That's what people focus on. Like they, both could be A plus, both could be S. No one cares. If one is higher than the other, a war begins. Absolute war is fun. People are insane with the comparison of these two servants. But there's sides that both want to see them higher than the other. Is crazy. It's the most heated comparison ever in terms of FGO power rankings. OG Morgan and Arjuna Alter. No other two servants are as heated when it comes to gameplay comparisons. I've seen it many years now. It's crazy.
I mean, but the level two, the level 2 min turns doesn't mean that much because Hijikata also has level 2 min turns. Like we didn't put him EX just because of that. Hijikata actually has, in my opinion, more impressive level 2 min turns just because he can like push his damage at level 2, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways,
it really is just like damage, but like to be fair, he's like kind of the paragon of just like universal high AoE damage. That being said, like for a long time, I've felt this way. I think Morgan's just generally better than him.
I
honestly do kind of like her more. She has a nice kid. It makes sense.
Yes,
I think Morgan's better.
Like the thing is, it's harder to enable her to do the crazy damage. But if we don't look at the crazy damage, she's just better in every single way.
Morgan has like a better MP spam. Better survival, arguably. I don't know.
It's like she can crit much easier.
She has anti-traits, so she's not entirely like behind him on damage. It's just in farming damage, she just kind of comes up short. But then again,
and now she can BG. Yeah. So like, we got BG Morgan now. So look, I'm just saying.
The Morgan buff that everyone always wanted was not like some sort of skill buff or NP buff. It was 10% charge somewhere. Just anywhere, please.
So I'm just saying, you know what? FGO hot takes, we create a war. At least for me, I'm gonna start a war. I think Morgan.
We might have to do like I mean, this might be an allied war. Honestly, I think we kind of at least I don't know how Ryou feels if he ever joins. I think we all kind of like Morgan a bit.
No, Ryou would definitely probably.
Like I'm not denying that Arjuna Alter, like I will give him this. He is really good on damage, but that's all he does. That's all he does.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we didn't place Gilgamesh into EX either, right? He came down too.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
And he was like mostly damaged too. He's the same thing.
Yeah. He he does a lot of damage, and then he does a lot of damage in Morgan. It's not like Morgan doesn't do damage. You know what I mean? Like it's not like these other AoEs don't.
People are like looking at her MP looping numbers. Like for a lot of the cases it won't be impressive. But have you tried DPSing with her? Those face cards, they slap like crazy as well. And then she's so safe and easy to use, and she's such a good teammate as a DPS as well.
Yeah, she's super spammy. I don't know. Like I know we haven't technically gotten to Morgan
lacking.
Yet,
it's just damage, and that's it. It's good damage, great, very solid damage. But everything else is like there's not much else going on.
Damage and deck, I guess, but like I think Morgan with double arts is actually makes a lot of sense. So I don't know.
Are we actually A+ing him? Are we doing it?
Yes, we are. I am A+ing him.
All right.
I don't know about other people. I am personally A+ing him.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Did it. All right. We'll have a brief discussion again once we get to Morgan as well, but I think there's some servants in between still. Yeah, so we'll revisit this in a second, but for now, there you go. To be continued soon-ish. Okay. Next up, Summer Musashi. Okay. So we got the Archer disguised as a Berserker. We briefly talked about Etchan, but yeah, she's like the AoE version. They're both like this anti-saber servant damage. I guess she also has saber MP.
Notably, her scaling is higher.
Yeah. Also, I didn't mention, but she was placed into A+. I think that's mostly of her being in like a really solid anti-saber servant DPS.
I mean, she also has like good MP damage just because it's upgraded, but yeah.
True. Third skill is a nice DPS skill too. It is. It does carry a demerit, but it's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, like if you have taken a hit and then you use it, it's pretty much like no, that's untrue. I mean, like, but basically what I'm trying to say is like when you get down to low enough HP where you're gonna die in one hit anyways, it's not a demerit anymore, right? Because like 1 HP versus like I don't know, like 3,000 HP on a berserker is like the same thing. The only problem is Black Grail. I guess if you're Black Grailing with her, it does kill her. Which sometimes is a problem.
It's one of those cases where like you would actually consider the Berserker Black Rail with her and Hijikata because they both have that 1 HP guts.
Yeah, that's the same issue, I guess. Yeah, but she drains. That's the thing. She even drains her own HP. So like it's very often that it goes down to 1. Like not even necessarily willingly. So yeah. Anyways, we had her A+. Let me think.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
Pretty sure that was mostly because the anti-saber thing. As a berserker, I think she's pretty good, but not like amazing.
Yeah, she has her own problems. She's very spammy. I really like the Invol Pierce once again, but maybe it's not. I mean, again, one of the A's for sure. Raikou is A, right?
No, we moved her down to B+.
Oh yeah, Raikou's B+. I think she can be just A, maybe.
Probably. Now, especially now that Junao came down.
Yeah.
What do you think, Otto? Any Summer Musashi comments?
I'll be honest. I was pretty busy like picking out an outfit for Bob, so.
Any opinion? We were considering moving her down to A.
We're talking about Musashi.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's so weird with her because it's like, okay, she's really good against sabers, but she's also like a berserker. And like,
she's definitely not A+ material. Actually, no, I think
honestly, no. I don't think. She shouldn't be above Xiang Yu with that MP buff. She should not be above. Her.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely should not be above Xiang Yu. Yeah. Maybe like at most she's on the same tier because he's like a high A, but like maybe she's like a mid to low A then. So they are kind of the same tier, but I think she should definitely not be above Xiang Yu at least. Okay, and they're both like 0 batteries as well. There's that. All right, Summer Musashi. Still relevant, especially if you actually like to use her against Saber Servants. Can be a bit fragile sometimes, but damage should be pretty good. Alright, then we have Kouyou Kijo. Let's see. She was placed into B+. I feel like she's very comparable to Ibaraki. They have a lot of similarities. Not a ton of like differences. Both have that defense up, anti-debuff stuff.
I guess she has more synergy because animal. We've gotten a lot animal.
Oh, like Huyan Dark and whatnot, maybe.
Huyan Dark and Noah. I mean, I don't know if we should take that too
kind of she is kind of just a generic beat stick. Like, I mean, the one debuff removal is cool, but it's like I would rather have like target one
full cleanse
debuff removal, like with Ibaraki.
The only reason I prefer her really is animal characteristic. I'm not even saying this ironically because, like, it's a buster.
There's your daily quote that will be taken out of context.
Animal character, okay, but like,
it's that pound factor,
good buster berserker that pairs well with Huyan Dark or, with Noah in general. I don't know. Like if she didn't have that trait, I wouldn't use her much, honestly.
Yeah, she's just very generic with no real big standout thingies. Slightly modernish as a 4-star, but she should probably be in the same tier as Ibaraki, right? Maybe move her down to B.
Probably again, it's just animal characteristic. Like I think that makes her a little bit better than Ibaraki, but that's about it. Like if you don't have if you don't have Koyanskaya, you don't have Noah. It's the same.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's not that big of an advantage. I feel they can be on the same tier, I think. Okay. A lot of single targets on
She's
that B, but
It's there.
there you go. Dinosaur action. Right now we get to Summer Bryn. Briefly mentioned when we were talking about Chacha. So here's like a more modern version of Chacha. He was placed into B+. She has 2-hit evasion. That's nice. Some damage cut. Sizable too. He gets the 20 per turn. Stars per turn, which a lot of the times the stars won't be that easy to use on her, but it's cool to have some, I guess. She's got the card types. Invul Pierce on MP. Just a better version of Chacha. That's what she is. Yeah. Just a better version. Even quite a bit higher attack too, I believe. Like over 1k higher, which is quite a bit when you think about it. Yeah. Can even give some party buffs too, because Love One is a semi-common trait. Oh yeah.
She has an evade, she has Invuln Pierce, she has stars. Oh, I guess Chacha also has stars per turn. Way better gains. She has like a really good arts card.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has the arts buff to help it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, people's gripe with her, it's just she doesn't have a straight battery. I think honestly, like if you were to give her like just imagine, right? If you give her like a 30 battery, and then you compare it to Raikou, hey, that's as a 4-star, that's pretty good, right? Like so.
I feel like she's so underrated. Like
yeah,
I know she's not very. It doesn't look like she has a whole lot, but like everything.
It's just because she can loop. It really is. Wait, with Omi, I guess she can kind of do something, right?
She actually can do 50% with the Who. Actually, it's not the craziest numbers, but she can do it. So actually, her farming has gone up a bit.
Waver, Heavy, Nyobo, Oberon. So yeah, that's the Who. But yeah, I don't know.
So when are they gonna add Keith Moon to the game?
Okay. Underrated.
I hope someone got the joke.
I remember a really long time ago, I had a debate with a person on like, I think it was back when you could leave comments on Game Press about her versus of all characters, Frankenstein. When it comes to farming.
That's crazy. Man. That's doing her dirty.
Just because Frankenstein can like, dude, they're like, oh, Frankenstein can loop, can loop with BB. Like, who fucking cares?
No, they were defending Frankenstein. They were saying Frankenstein's better.
Right? Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, she can loop with BB, but like, who cares?
That's rough, dude.
Yeah, it's like you have to jump through so many hoops for it, and then like the team buff is actually pretty decent because like it hits some good ones like Arash.
That's 30% on a potential full AoE, which is actually pretty impressive for a 4-star.
Yeah, she's literally just because she doesn't have
I think Kintoki's on there too. Yeah, there's a lot of good servants under.
Yeah, I was flashing this list earlier, but yeah, both Kintokis are there too. Like, there's a lot of servants, including some supports too. And supports could, like, while Buster might not be the best for them, they could totally like an arts buff too, depending on what you're doing. Oh yeah, it's a very nice list. Honestly, I prefer this list on Summer Bryn than actual Lancer Bryn, because that's an offensive thing. A lot of these classes, you wouldn't bring her anyway for neutral damage or worse, like Sabers, but since this is a supporting thing, this list actually looks better. Funny how that works.
Yeah.
I would probably keep her in B+, or maybe even potential to move to A, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I feel like she's more functional. I mean,
well, I guess there is Duryodhana in A. How would she compare of the AoEs?
I feel like he's what he does. I feel like he makes a bit more sense than her. Hers.
Yeah, she's a bit slow. Basically, like she needs charge, starting charge, or like again, like just imagine if you give her a battery. She's honestly like SSR tier almost. No. Like if you give her like she's like Raikou,
closer, yeah.
Right, but like yeah. Like obviously not damage wise, but like like she's really solid. She has MP gain per turn. I would like her. a lot more than some.
I think we'll
Not
just
really.
keep B+. It's
But
decent.
yeah, people. Yeah.
Not bad.
The point I was trying to make ended up not being great. So.
It's fine. Happens. Alright, back to 5 stars. Permanent the Vlad comparison character, also known as Galatea. She was in A tier. In fact, both her and Vlad were in A tier. She's interesting. Like, obviously, her MP usually doesn't necessarily hit as hard, but it can ramp up though, which is cool. It has the guaranteed drain. She's got this interesting third skill as well. That it depending on the fight, it actually can be very significant. It's a full party cleanse for 3 turns. Like no one else has a thing like this. That's this extensive.
And the timing is end of turn. I keep remembering this like interesting tidbit where like if you fight Cernunos with her, Cernunos would debuff you with everything, and then she would cleanse it at the end. I think was it Cernunos? I think it's Cernunos. Anyways,
so yeah, it's good for like stuff against like dots. So the dots don't actually tick before they get cleansed. So
in that situation, I think what I ended up settling on doing is I put her on the third slot because like the way it looks at it, it goes through and it procs all of the clocks like from left to right, and I think even if she cleanses it, because like if she cleansed it and it prevented it through cleansing it, you would put her on the left, and that way it would proc before all the other ones. But I think the drain procs regardless. So if you put her on the right, that way she's able to heal back in case someone's at max HP before they get kicked.
Yeah. So her heal time is interesting. I actually like her more than Vlad. Like just
I also like the skill for other reasons. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, and they buffed it so that her gains actually. I think they're actually better than Vlad now, despite being full buster.
Yeah,
Vlad
like
refunds more with his MP, I think, but honestly, she refunds pretty much too. But with this, I think overall they're actually better.
Basically, all of her cards make more charge than Vlad's unboosted.
Yeah, his face cards are bad. It's all about the MP. It's just refunding a lot.
Yeah, and with Vlad slowly being phased out of farming, I do think I like her more because like the advantage for Vlad has always been farming.
So she's a bit more durable than Vlad. Her defense up is better. It's nice having this buff removal resist too.
Yeah,
and it doesn't feel as weird supporting her offensively now that we have a really solid Buster Arts support.
Oh, with Omi, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
I used to think they're semi-interchangeable. Really I think I might prefer her a bit to Vlad now for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What I've been saying for years. She has more things than Vlad has. She might not have as hard hitting of an NP, but like she has a lot of really cool stuff that sets her apart. She's
and like nowadays with a lot of bosses with like weird gimmicks. Like honestly, I think like having debuff control, having like buff removal resist is quite valuable. Funnily enough though, Omi already deals with it. So buff removal resist, but still, you can never be too careful with buff removals in this game. It's scary. So yeah.
So would you keep her in A or move her to V plus and then maybe move Vlad to B if you would bump her down, or would you keep her in?
No, keep her in A. Yeah, just keep her in A. I
think she's half a tier above Vlad. Yeah, no matter where they're at.
Yeah, I like her.
A couple days ago when I booted up Tomodachi Life, I was like, you know what? Like I gotta go to work soon. I'll just make a me of her right quick, and then I ended up taking like almost an hour and a half, and the me is still not entirely done somehow.
Yeah, I remember that because I tuned into his stream while I was working, because I had like a little break time, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be easy to make because it's just a pure like white statue character." Anyways.
Yeah, it was not that simple. That being said, I know more about this now, and I think I could actually be more flexible with the color picker because I think there's actually like an option that lets you choose on a gradient, which is so good. Holy shit! But anyways,
There you go.
People are not here for this. Ew.
Bonus tidbits. I'll think for now. I'll keep her there. We'll see if we do some kind of a shuffle later. But yeah, here we go. Let's do the other half of the talk. It's Morgan next. I actually do use Morgan. I have a higher level MP Arjuna Alter, but I actually do use Morgan.
Yeah, she just has this like the party overcharge works really well with Castoria and some other stuff, and I don't know.
Like people have been saying that they kind of hope for a Morgan buff, but I think she's honestly still in a good spot. Is she like the best AoE servant of all time? Not really, but is she in a good spot? Yeah, she's got a lot of things going.
I mean, as far as AoE berserkers go, she is one of the best ones. Like,
yeah, one of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, like people really want a Morgan buff because it's Morgan, and also I want a Morgan buff so I can stop thinking about Morgan versus Arjuna Alter and we can just kill him. I mean, I don't hate him, but I'm just saying like we can kill the discussion.
Yes, and we don't hate the servants. It's just the age-old debate that's started to get old.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just getting old, bro. A+, so she would get a buff.
I don't think that would make them buff her. But yeah, the question is, would you keep her EX? I probably would personally.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Easy.
She's a great kid. And it doesn't feel like she's actually on the fragile end of Berserkers, despite only having like a guts. I still feels good to use her. She really is good with a lot of supports as well. She doesn't necessarily need supports either, but she works really well with good supports.
Yeah, she has offensive debuffs and the guts. Yeah.
All right, forget. I mean, again, if there's gonna be a war zone, there's gonna be a war zone. But we're gonna do it like this. There you go. That's Morgan and Arjuna Alter. All right, still more to go. Next up, summertime got Sei Summer. She was placed into A+, surprisingly high. But yeah, she is a very offensive pack. She's one of those, again, it's pretty cool that she's triple buster with her quick MP, because her face cards actually can hit nicely. She's got a modern kit. She's got defense, good offense, some nice utility, star bomb. MP, again, there's like the archer thing again, but as a berserker, it's a bit better because she has better coverage. And some of like the lawful thing is good, and the man attribute is good. Shadow Storm is kind of whatever. So despite only having those, it can actually be very useful too. Yeah, Sei's nice, right? I do like her. 20% battery, could be 30. That's the only gripe maybe that I can think of, but yeah.
This is a very well designed character.
Yeah, her anti-traits are really nice. It hits surprisingly hard. Yeah, the gripe is the battery, to me as well. Everything else I'm pretty happy with.
Just a nice
when
modern,
it comes to
like,
4-star single target berserkers, she's like, I'd say she's one of the better ones for sure.
Oh yeah.
Easily. Where did we place her before?
She was A+ next to another solid one. There's only one above her, but yeah.
Ooh, I think that's fair, honestly.
Would keep her an A+.
Yeah, honestly. I prefer her over Nobu, because Nobu is kind of like a one-trick pony.
Yeah, she's way more flexible.
Nobu's not against Divine,
and has a better skill, like way better skill set otherwise. So yeah, Divine Nobu definitely wins, which is still fairly common. That's why the difference is not that massive. But against anything that's not Divine, you would probably just no-brainer.
Yeah. If you're not against Divine, I don't like using.
Like
Nobu
even if assuming
all.
both are traitless, Sei definitely it gets picked.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. Because Sei just
even if that means her MP would have 0 effects, she would still get picked because her skills are that much better. All right, yeah, she's very solid. Good, no need to change. Then the big one, I guess we got Kriemhild. We covered her new summer version earlier on these lists, but yeah, the OG is still interesting. very just straightforward, but like face cards, she doesn't do damage with them, but she spams her MP a lot, and her MP is strong. Strips defensive buffs on damage or before damage. Has a stacking arts res down. Can do very high damage against dragon enemies. Skills feel very modern. She can protect herself by taunting an ally. Big battery for a 4-star. In fact, the biggest of any of the 4-stars here. Yeah, it just has all the damage she needs. And works
like,
well with supports. One of the best 4-stars in the game, probably, yeah. For a single target DPS.
Even to this... Oh, sorry.
No,
yeah,
I was done there.
Even to this day, just, 5-star kid, 4-star body. Like, genuinely. Everything about her gameplay, her, like, if you read the MP effect, you read the skill effects, everything, it looks like a 5-star, but she has 4-star stats. That's literally it. So... I think, yeah.
And it's 2p mods. I forgot to mention the anti-chaotic, which is also very useful in a Berserker.
Yeah, easy EX. Just kind of wild they came up with such a powerful servant, and she's like not even that new at this point. No, she's like,
yeah, she's been
a
in the
couple
game
years
for like
old.
3-4 years, 3 at least.
Yeah, like honestly, kind of wild. Like no wonder people are like thinks that she is so broken. When she first came out, because she still is, honestly. Compared to like, look at all the other goobers we just looked at. Like what?
It's pretty night and day, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, just crazy. Like the battery number is the biggest by far. Anti-trade, defensive buffer rule.
I'm still surprised they made it 50 over 30. The battery.
Yeah,
that's
50
very
is
surprising.
Crazy. For a 4-star Berserker, like they were so reluctant on giving 4-star Berserkers.
Not to mention,
isn't
her MP of all the 4-star single targets? Isn't it the most spammable anyway? And then she has the biggest battery. I'm pretty sure it's of all these for single target 4-star Berserkers, her MP is the most spammable.
Yeah, it's arts as well. Yeah, it's arts is spammable, and
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess none of the others are really arts, so they inherently are a bit worse. But even then, it's still nicely spammable.
Yeah, she is just crazy. Yeah, she's better than Vlad. In a lot of cases, I actually agree. It's just crazy. Yeah.
She's just one of the better 4-stars in the game for DPSing.
I don't really have a lot to add here because she's just
yeah.
There's
a lot of comparison between her and Luvia as well, but she has the offensive advantage, I guess. But if you're going anti-evil, I guess Luvia is. But that's another topic and whatnot. But yeah, they're both just very solid. Regardless. Okay. That was Cream. Then next up, Ibuki Summer. You kind of...
Oh boy.
It's the fun one, right? We got the big arts AoE one. It's a very oversaturated archetype though, but I mean, still a pretty nice kid, and her numbers are pretty cranked. I don't know. I feel like was there already talk that someone maybe wanted to move her down even a bit, which I'm not sure if I
believe. No,
because I think she's still so stacked. Like it's so stacked.
Yes, because she's not just a big arts looper.
Yeah,
she has cooldown reduction support, which like sometimes is pretty significant. You can put on your support, like Castoria. She has defensive buff removal. And she has
returns of absorb, like some of the better berserkers as well that do crits.
I just don't. I don't even think like. Here's my hot take. After last year, I know like, I think she's like same-ish as Lohi. Like I know Lohi's crazy, but
well, she's more offense. I'll give her that. She does offense better. I mean, from her own side.
Yeah, because Lohi, I don't know if it's because the game shifted to raid base farming ever since Lohi came out. She actually didn't feel like as game warping. Like she's still like broken. Don't get me wrong, absolutely nuts. But she didn't feel as game warping as I expected her to be. And then what ended up happening is every time a servant buff comes out and I have to do something quick, and I just use Ibuki because it's Ibuki. Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Yep.
I think Lohi is overall used more, but Ibuki is still like super strong. Like both farming, DPSing. She has a lot in her kit. She's very versatile.
Yep.
She does everything except live without Castoria, I guess.
Yeah, that's the one thing. She has no hard defense, but luckily she is art, so it's a bit easier to make up for that.
Yeah, and I've been using like Ibuki Omi as well, just because I'm bond farming Omi. Yeah, I don't know. She's good. She's just
Oh
convenient to
yeah,
use.
fun fact about her and Omi. They have the exact same skill icons.
Oh,
It took me
is
a
the same
while to
order
realize.
too?
And
Yeah,
battery.
same order.
Oh, that's cool.
It took
Yep.
me a while to realize what you were trying to say in that tweet, because I saw it and I was like, oh, what are you trying to say? Oh, wait, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
It
keep
is
her at the
funny
top.
seeing servants that have the same. It's not like a whole lot of them, but
Yeah, she has to be EX. She's like still like basically queen of arts looping.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if it's oversaturated, I don't want to diminish her value. She's that good. Okay. Next up, the tea lady. We got Rikyuu.
Man,
She was placed into
this
A
really
plus.
is like three big wins in a row for me.
Yeah. Like we were just talking about arts, but one of the better quick loopers in the game is Rikyuu. Also both farming and can DPS, which is cool. They're very similar in that sense. I do think Ibuki is a bit more loaded, but I don't want to discount Rikyuu because I think she's also very solid. Also has a very universal anti-trait, MP seal, and a semi-spammable MP, party buffs, crits, can protect herself. Has nice crits too, actually. So, yeah. Absorb would be nice, though. That's the one thing I would like to see on her. But besides that, I don't really have any big complaints. I think she's just solid. She's full green as well, which is not even that big of a problem. You might think like, oh, double buster maybe would have been better, but I think she still does good damage with her face cards overall.
Yeah. I mean, anti-man, good anti-trade, unfortunately overlaps with one of the best AoE berserkers in the game. But she's still
And the refund
nice.
is a
She
bit
has a
tight,
little
like
bit of
some people in
supportability.
chat are saying, but it's still good enough. If anything, I bosses for her looks better, but it's nice that you can do both
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, she locks down the enemy's ability to NP very easily because of the NP seal spam. She's not terribly difficult to support these days because quick cards have just been getting buff after buff with big supports.
Yeah,
Like
Tiamat.
Khazra drop was already huge there for her because like holy shit, Khazra drop just makes her go nuclear on her cards.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Tiamat, and then you also have I
Oh.
think Flora is a pretty nice addition for her as well because Flora gives her guts.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
much like
as a-
Ibuki, she also can be very fragile. She has a bit more in terms of survival with the invul, but it's only one attack, so sometimes you
You
probably need a
always
bit more
want to use
help.
that on her.
Yeah.
Because it is a good supportive skill.
Oh yeah. For
Not
sure.
insane, but it's still good.
I'd probably keep her an A plus. I don't think she's top tier, but I think she's just really solid. I don't think we should move her. Or you think she should move Plushie? Ooh.
I mean, I have no idea.
Were you considering
torn
it
on
here
this.
though?
Just half down. I'm concerned because like I think we moved a lot of people down, so I'm like a little bit.
Is she on par or worse than Arjuna Alter, in your opinion?
Or should you compare her to Xiang Yu instead?
She's still worse. She's still worse than Arjuna Alter.
But what about Xiang Yu comparison? It's interesting actually.
I think it's up to it's up to the preference.
Honestly,
after
his buff, I feel like they're pretty on par.
He probably shouldn't be below her with his MP buff.
In this case, I would actually prefer to move Xiang Yu up. I feel
yeah,
like
I think they should be in the same tier.
Good.
But which A is it then? With his MP buff, he shouldn't be below her. I think it kind of feels wrong.
Yep.
We could bump him back up. Oh boy, that's gonna get people going seeing Xiang Yu and Arjuna Alter on the same tier, but it might just happen.
Yeah,
taking both of the quick berserkers and putting them on the same tier.
I don't know. I mean,
it's funny. I support this endeavor.
They should be on the same tier. I think that's what I'm locking in, but I just don't know which.
Really?
It's such I can see arguments for both. It's a tough one.
Oh, Ryou's up.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well, we can hop in
His
if he wants
alarms
to.
didn't wake him. All right. Well, I guess it's good that we're like sort of between servants, and I mean, I guess we haven't decided to do what with this.
We can ask him about Rikyuu. Yeah.
True.
He'll probably take
More input.
Riku's side. I'm gonna be completely honest. Yeah.
I think he will like Rikyuu more than Xiang Yu. I have a feeling, but I think I like both.
Yeah. I mean, Rikyu's more conventionally like a quick DPS, you know.
I think Xiang Yu just with his MP buff is so good. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I will say Rikyuu pairs better with Summer Tiamat, if that means anything, you know.
I guess, but she also pairs words with Summer Scotty.
I guess, huh? Wow, what a what a interesting back and forth. Yeah, I think Summer Tiamat it does have a better
Damn, this is tough.
Better.
Am I gonna move the horse to A plus?
Rikyuu has better farming. I guess Riku's slightly.
Her refund is pretty tight. I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Is it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it is tight.
Yeah, it's. She is not as easy to make work.
Yeah, she barely gets like 50% on a BG. Barely. It's really tight. Wow.
Let her in. Let me in. Okay, fine. We can keep her A plus for now. I'm personally.
Okay, we'll have this conversation later again when maybe maybe Dio is here. All right, moving on for now. Duryodhana, I believe. I'm just gonna copy his name because I can't spell it. There we go. Oh, I copied the story log thing as well. All right, so he was placed into flat A. He's one of the, if anything, or maybe he's just flat. No, actually, he is the best AOE 4-star Berserker, right? Because there's most of them are just single targets up there.
Yeah, true.
I'm not saying he's amazing, but looking at like the lists here,
yeah, a lot of
not a whole lot of competition though. So take that with a grain of salt, I guess. But yeah, we briefly mentioned him by comparing him to Summer Bryn, but he's a bit more modern for sure. Even if Bryn is not terrible, but he just feels a bit better still, like a step better. Yeah, I would say so. It's got quite a bit of party stuff, which is cool. I like the AoE Rainbow Shred too. It's cool. Granted, it is a bit RNG, but it's cool.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like is the random absorb. There was this one thing. There was this thing that I always hated about him. It's only one turn though, but it's still why random? Why?
Welcome, sleepyhead.
Oh, hey, good morning.
Dude, I have 4 alarms set and they didn't wake me up.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was probably like sleep finally got the better of you, but it's totally fine.
It did.
You know, I've had times where I was like, damn, I wish my alarm this didn't work.
So after we've discussed the current server, we can maybe see if you have any other comments on any of the servants we've placed so far. And then just otherwise comment more on the final potential shuffle. I think that's how we could do this.
How far are you?
I think we're pretty. We're on Duryodhana, so there's only like 6 servants after this to go. 2 of them are new though, so they're gonna be a bit longer. But yeah.
What's the list look like right now?
This is the 4-star one. We had him on A. Right now we just started discussing him. He's probably the best of the AoE.
We
4-star Berserkers, even if it's not a high bar to clear.
Are you proud of
that
us?
guy sucks.
We put him down. We put him down, bro.
Dude, I'd rather take Xiang Yu than Arjuna Alter.
Oh,
okay. You know
yeah.
what? Since you
Actually,
commented on
wait,
that,
that's
real
actually a
briefly
good
before
point,
we get
yeah.
to up to date,
Valid,
real briefly,
honestly.
we just had a we can't decide where to put Sen no Rikyuu and Xiang Yu. I'm thinking they should probably be on the same tier, but I can't decide between the A's. What do you think? Real brief, that one, just that one.
Xiang Yu is a like Buster crit, like it's kind of like a meme, but like it's really strong. And then they buffed his MP.
Yeah, the MP buff is so good.
I think if like you're going for like a hard hitting like boss killer, Xiang Yu is probably going to be much easier to use. Farming Rikyuu is very superior, and like in a team, Rikyuu is better. But like if you're just looking to like punch a boss in the face, Xiang Yu is way better than
Yeah, because like also Arjuna Alter, even if he has really easy damage, he doesn't have a way around like invuln or defense.
Yeah, true. And debuff res, I guess.
Yeah, that screws his damage.
Frankly, I'm with him on that. I prefer the horse over that. Over the other guy.
So okay,
Wow.
besides Arjuna Alter, would you approve A+ on Rikyuu and Xiang Yu? Yo?
Yeah, I think over the ones in A, I definitely. Well, I mean, yeah, I think Rikyuu and Xiang Yu are better than the ones in A.
Oh wow, honestly, frick it. Anyway, actually,
I'm looking at this list. I don't actually oppose anything on there. So
wow,
far.
yeah. Well, honestly, we've moved many down.
That's
We've done a lot of
crazy.
down ranking. Not much
Oh, you moved a
going
lot down. That's probably why I agree with it. 'Cause, oh
yeah,
my God,
that's right. That's why I wanted to
there.
mention that because you always want stuff to come down. So there's been a lot of downwards movement. But yeah, Duryodhana. So
Ryou, are you using a different mic?
is he?
Because
Am I
like
using a different mic? No.
Yes, he sounds the same.
Okay.
as me.
Woke
I
up.
know.
I don't know what it is. You just sound like as if someone unearthed a recording of you on a voice call from like 8 years ago. That's what it sounds like.
That's
I
oddly
don't know what you
specific.
sounded like 8 years ago. You
Does it
sound
I think he
sound
just woke up.
bad?
It's probably just
he
when
no,
just woke up,
usually people sound like more groggy when they just woke up. But
I don't know. I think he
I don't
sounds
know.
fine.
It's weird. It's the
Yeah.
opposite. Anyways.
Yeah, where are we placing Duryodhana? Are we keeping him in A?
Okay, here's the thing. Duryodhana has one very specific use in Grand Berserker raids, which is helping Lilith, but I don't actually think that we should take that into consideration.
It's worth a mention, I guess, but I wouldn't really consider it too much for the placement. Cool. He's either A or B+, I think.
Kind of fucked up, but Lilith would be so much better with the Assassin Grand Score instead of a Berserker Grand Score.
Oh, the guaranteed debuff? Yeah.
Yeah, because she even has the evade, right?
Yeah, she has an evade, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Duryodhana, where was he?
He was the highest of the AoEs.
Get a little bit easier to loop with the new plug because like he was always like very close.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
weekly clown music is on.
Where
They actually haven't updated
where
his
is
comp yet for the new plug, but I assume it would be a small upgrade. He can probably be a bit above Bryn, right? So we can probably just keep him in there then, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Alright, he stays.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. It's time for Castoria Summer.
The Bob
Turns out, hopefully you guys agree. I still think she's like one of the best single target DPSs in the game. So
she is still the
EX.
best single target servant in the game. Like, look, I was so happy that, oh my god, we're finally gonna have another single target berserker that's going to take her place as the top dog, at least in farming. And then every raid they have come out has been threat to humanity, divine chaotic, threat to humanity, divine chaotic, threat to humanity, divine chaotic. So she ends up doing more damage.
Yeah.
Look, it's not the game's fault that they keep pitting you against divine enemies that may or may not be chaotic.
It's a Castoria based economy. There's just you just don't get better than her. If your name is Castoria, it's over, right? You are just automatically the best character in the game. So yeah,
pretty much.
It is really funny
sad.
that she can, with like basically no supports, just one shot the grand raid as well. Like,
yeah, it's so sad. It's actually so
She is
fucking
way
sad.
too overloaded. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know why Lilith is good? Because she turns people chaotic. So that Castoria can kill
Oh
them.
yeah, true. She's there for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This
That is
is
your
so
purpose.
fucking sad.
Anyway,
Oh my
yeah, this
God.
is probably gonna. We don't even need to discuss. Yeah, just easiest EX.
Yeah, just
There you go. Boom.
yeah,
Bam.
one of the best
Yeah.
characters in the
Okay,
game.
cool.
It's so stupid.
There you go. Stogs, Castorias keep winning. Next up is Nagakura. He was placed into A+. He was one of the higher 4-stars we had last year. Just raw offense. Full red, crits. MP can do okay damage too, but it's all about like his really fat crits with this guy. He can do a lot. He can actually crit cap with his almost with his own stuff alone on a turn. It's close. Yeah.
I think he's just a better Herc. Like he's Herc, but
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
use
If
him.
if you look at outside of the anchor thing, he definitely is the better DPS. It's not even close. Like as a DPS, he is definitely superior. He actually has
I'm
lines.
not-
in his
I'm
game.
not gonna
perspective.
dispute that at all.
I think Shinpachi is like Shinpachi is the like the Unga Bunga like Berserker DPS, but like more modern and
Mhm.
like with a kit
Yeah,
that
and-
actually works.
He still has the guts and evade combo for survival. So like he has the basics.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's a glass can or anything. So yeah, he's really well designed. He's like what if Herc didn't have to rely on his Bond C, basically. I would say that's kind of like the thought behind maybe how he's
Yeah.
designed. So yeah, he can just stay where he is, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Otto has
put. I
something to
think
say
Cream
about
is still overall a bit better, but he's still really solid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he has
he's
to
fine where
move.
he is.
it. Yeah, unless Otto
I
has
don't
something to
think
say
he-
about Ryan Gosling being in the A plus.
Wow.
Ooh.
I keep thinking his second ascension looks like a drive.
Well, the drip, I can see it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
drip?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
the
it's just the drip.
jacket.
It's just the
Yeah.
drip.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I'll
just the
give you
drip.
that. Sure. The jacket definitely. Yeah. Okay.
I currently have Nightcall in my brain now.
It's a banger though.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he's really good. He stays. Time for the latest NA servant.
Remember,
We
go
got
watch Project Hail
Sojuro.
Mary in theaters now, starring Ryan Gosling.
Are you
We should
shout
get
out.
sponsored by.
Yeah, not this.
Yeah,
this
I mean,
this
like,
tier
I've
list is
been
not
slipping that
sponsored
into
by
every
Ryan
video,
Gosling.
sorry.
Oh my god, bro.
Like last week, look, shut up, bro. You fucking turned into a Dr. Pepper can last
He
episode.
did.
Like,
He
No,
was
that
a
was
cat
me.
for a bit.
you,
Yeah,
you
what are you-
gave up
what are you
everything
pushing
in your
for?
soul to turn into branded marketing.
Sponsor
Don't worry, this week-
content.
This week I'm not drinking Dr. Pepper. Now I'm drinking Dirty Mountain Dew to wake up.
Oh, there you go.
I should.
Anyway,
Ouch.
next topic is Mr. Sojuro. He's a very special case. We placed him in A tier last time.
He just came out. I mean, I think I already said what I want to say about him. I think he is like he wasn't as broken as people expected him to be because you know, like, look, a single target Berserker Arash. That sounds nuts. That sounds ridiculous, right? But he ends up not having a lot of steroids for his MP damage, at least. And his battery looks insane, right? It doubles all the battery numbers he has. It's a
Yeah.
conditional 50 battery, if you
Yeah.
think about it. Because you need 50 MP battery to begin with to make him 100. His overcharge isn't like
At least-
particularly great.
At least
It's
the
a
pen helps
conditional
quite a bit
battery
with
better.
that. For
It
what
is
it's
at
worth.
least
yeah.
20% battery.
Yeah.
It is anywhere between 20% and 150%. That's
Yeah, but you know, does it really? What's even his overcharge? I don't remember.
It's the attack up.
like
It helps with his damage though.
Oh yeah, I guess it's okay. Yeah,
Oh,
but
If you
thought
get him to
the
if you get him to
100.
100, you compress the button and multiply it to 200 and get
yeah, I
extra,
get it.
Yeah, it's
okay,
not
so
nothing, I
attack up.
guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like he didn't end up being used that much in farming, which was like obviously his whole thing. In Challenge Quest, he has this very interesting like undying evade or whatever it's called. Like he
Yeah,
No,
lethal
like he-
damage evasion.
Lethal.
yeah
evasion.
lethal damage evasion. I don't.
So it's basically
I don't
like
know.
if you would take lethal damage, you don't. It doesn't like go, basically.
I said
Yeah,
it
so
before.
It just goes
like,
to zero
kind of
damage.
neat.
So
I said it
isn't it
before,
still
it's so
pierceable by
weird.
sure hit? Like I think it's
Yeah.
still
No,
pierceable by
it's
sure
not
hit,
an
right?
evade per se, right? It's about the number, not the type of
What's under
damage that's
the
coming
note?
in. Like if they have
forgot.
invul pierce, like how much he has like 11k HP. If they have invul pierce and I
Click
hit him
on-
for 15k, he
click on
takes
the
0,
note
right?
on
I know. I think he dies.
Oh,
Actually.
wait, does he
Hold
actually?
on.
Is it actually treated as an
I-
evade?
I think it might be. I kind of forgot.
Wait.
I was really disappointed by it, but I remember being disappointed by it.
It doesn't
I'm not
mention
100%
anything about
sure.
invul pierce and whatnot here, though.
Oh.
I can try it. I can try it, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it does go through.
Interesting.
I've said it before. He's hilarious because it's like they have like this little basket with like interesting ideas for like gameplay concepts that they could put on stuff, and they just put all of them into his kit, and there's not a whole lot of synergy here. Because like no one
Yeah.
has lethal damage evasion, no one has double battery, no one has change all cards to one type after one turn, and then no one has damage cut penetration.
Yeah.
But
every
it's,
every
like,
part
it-
of
it
his
totals
thing.
to
Yeah,
be,
you're
like,
right.
kind of
There's
like
unique effects in every single thing.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
guess
as
damage
long
cut.
as long as the
Penetration
wave
is
he's not
unique.
going on isn't wave 1, you still just prepare the skill 3 for the next turn, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't think he's that clumsy to use. I think that we don't see him a lot because we're using like other farming comps. But I think like I think there's a lot of people who do use him like as a wave clearer to move someone else in.
Mm.
You know, because like in an event where you have like a 50 starting charge C, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's it's instantly 100. You know.
Yeah. Hell, it can be an
like,
a non-MLB version of it too if you have his append unlocked, which can happen a lot of the times. So
I mean,
that's enough.
you
as
should
well.
because he's free. You get
Yeah.
600 coins right off the bat.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't think it's I think the less like developed your account, like the less like high MP level like servants you have, the easier it is to like find a use for them.
Yeah, but that's just kind of like most welfares, right? Compared to like
I think him especially like what he does, like high damage and then removes himself from the field is
Yeah.
particularly useful.
Yeah, there's some stuff to like there.
Yeah, I suppose, but like I would say like in rare occasion, is it even a rare occasion you would prefer like Jalter
What am I
over
even
him
saying?
just
Evo
because
occasions.
Not in farming, at least. He's too hard to work.
well,
in
yeah,
farming.
obviously not in farming. I'm just talking about like like in boss fight because he does.
I feel like most people that would bring him is for farming. He can probably work in boss fights, but he's much easier to use in farming.
I mean, in boss fights,
He's hard to make work.
Mm.
No,
I mean, actually,
he's still very good, but I just didn't think I thought he was gonna be like game breaking when he first came out. Oh, sorry.
I still think he's pretty decent.
Wow.
And I think that like if you want to use him in longer fights, there's enough guts gimmicks around nowadays that you can actually kind of like work with that because like units
the thing
like
that I hate about that though is his
Cats
second
and, like-
skill is so dumb with how it works. It doesn't give him all of those crit buffs and then like
Yeah, it's a snapshot,
they
right?
trigger.
Not
Yeah, it's however much HP he has at that point.
Instead of being a check,
that being
it's
said,
a
like
snapshot.
you can, like I mean, you can wait a second and pop it and like let him get a low HP, but I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's another part of it because like if you want to have him go ahead and pop his NP, like you're probably
Yeah, you
gonna
have to
use that
face cut
skill.
first, right? Yeah.
Because that would get you down to as low HP as possible. But yeah, that means you have to save the second skill for after that. So it's
Like
just
he's got
weird.
potential as a DPS. It's just a bit clunky, but farming at least is pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
That's the
he
bottom
was
line.
an
he does more
A,
damage than the
right?
gotcha unit Toto. So
Oh
he's
god,
better
we're
than
gonna cover
Toto.
Todo this year.
Bro,
Oh, no.
but you gotta remember we put Toto in like Wait, no, we didn't
No,
put
he
him
w-
in any tier because he's
Yeah, because
new.
he didn't exist last
No,
year.
no, no,
That's why I'm
no,
saying we're
no,
gonna
no.
cover him this year. I'm gonna
Well,
go
we're
through
probably
that
gonna put him-
kid. Oh no.
Yikes,
He's better than look. He's a free sacrifice unit that does the exact same job as Toto, except he's infinitely better than Toto, which makes
And he's free instead of a limited
so
4-star.
yeah, it's so.
Anyway, I
Toto's
think
so
I
bad.
think we'll
Holy
just
cow.
keep him in A. He's pretty good.
yeah,
He can totally be useful.
he's
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, no, I just felt like I had to reiterate because he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
came out in an A, and he is
hmm
yeah, he's very hype. Obviously, the
Mm-hmm.
potential man.
All right, next
Not
up,
really
the
a positive thing.
last old servant we had, and the easily my favorite of the whole list.
I love that gif of him flying into the house instead of Omni-Man. That is,
Yeah.
I don't know why someone made that, but I've seen it so many times and it kills me
Fair
every
enough.
time.
But yeah, Lohi,
deadpan face.
a pretty abate. We had her on EX, and honestly, besides
Yeah.
Castoria Summer, I think she's the other no-brainer EX. I don't know about you guys, but she's just so
Yeah.
versatile and
Lohi,
crazy.
yeah, I love using Lohi.
Mhm.
To make a comment though, I'm not saying she's not insane. I'm just saying to make one comment. I do think that because the game I already said that earlier. Fuck. Because the game shifted to a raid based farming like right after she came out. I feel like she didn't see as much.
Yeah, there
play
was
as
an
I
instant
expected.
impact that you felt.
Yeah, because I thought she was gonna be just like the most used character in the game for like the next year, but then everything became raids, so it was kind of like But she's still very good, and then just
Yeah, she's
slots
like the
into any team.
multi-core AoE amazing.
Yeah.
Like she's so good
And
at
even in
that.
boss fight, she still has
Yeah.
what buff removal on her second skill, right? And then she has
Yeah,
like
full
a
defensive
stun.
strip
Like,
and a stun. That's
yeah,
100% base chance. That's
yeah,
really
like
nice.
she still has a
I
lot.
think
Um,
I think in a boss fight, I'm still probably gonna prefer Summer Ibuki. Just like
You
Oh,
probably
well, yeah.
you might prefer Morgan as well, to be honest, for bosses. But
though to be fair, like team wide evade and stuff. Like if I'm going to bring one of these as a main DPS, I'd pick Summer Ibuki. But as a secondary DPS,
Oh,
a
yeah,
support
Ryou, you
type,
do
I
that a
feel like
lot, right?
Lohi actually might be better.
yeah,
than
You want
I have
Lohi?
a big one, and I always pair her with another DPS as well if I do bosses. It feels really
Yeah,
nice.
Ryou, you have
That's
just
shockingly
like a
defensible.
party battery slop, where you have like everyone
so
who has like 2 billion party charge.
So there's a team comp I use, and it can do most 90 plus pluses. It's
He has everything in a
Lohi,
120.
Tonalico, and Summer Castoria. They're all 120 though. So it's just a front line of those three, and it can do like almost every 90 plus because you're just slinging charge and buffs everywhere. It's
Yeah.
really funny, but it's really high investment because they're all 120 MP5. But like, it's kind of just like a go-to party. I don't need supports. It's all DPSs. And sometimes you replace like the single target with other units, and sometimes I don't use Tonalico, I use other units, right? But like Lohi is like the most consistent one, and they're just because Lohi like guarantee wave killer and buffs.
Like her own numbers are really good considering how much she is easy. Like she's not even used single core, but even like her numbers are still good.
Her single core is still fine, honestly.
Yeah, you can totally do
yeah,
it.
no,
Yeah.
she's good at looping and like doing damage. Like
Yeah,
it's
I still kind of can't believe they allowed her to ramp the gain. I don't know
having
why.
a team-wide MP gain on her MP is such a strong thing. It's
Yeah,
that, and then
despite
the
that,
self 80 and spread 20 as well on the same skill is
Despite
so
that,
good.
it still doesn't quite get her on single coring like a normal one, at least, because her refund isn't really.
Yeah,
that great.
because they had to gimp her refund because of the giant battery.
Yeah.
But it's still like she's so versatile. It's crazy. Probably top 3 most versatile AoE DPSs in the game for sure.
Yeah,
and she's
it's
general
better than
pool. Like
everything.
it's very funny because most general
permanent.
pools are kind of like mid, and like this one's just like good.
Yeah, this one is like meta basically, so it's quite rare nowadays for a gem pool to be. But hey, you got Waver, you got her, you got a couple other solid characters. Like I think Waver and her are just like the most like farming meta things that are in gem pool. That are,
All I know is that while I do have a decent
Also-
copy of JP, I will be going for a perfect copy when she comes out this year, Nene. I will go
No,
for
Also,
it.
her Ascension 3
me.
is the best of the Ascensions.
Nah. I like
Yeah,
it's lore
yeah.
accurate because it's the Harpy thing, but Ascension 2 is a masterpiece. This is like this is the
Well,
best thing ever. Ascension 2 is
well,
too good.
gameplay wise, on a technical level,
Oh yeah,
Ascension
you're
3
saying it
is
because
the
of the
best
traits.
one because
Alright.
because of the traits. But yeah,
Alright.
No,
Hold
I'm
up.
not even talking about traits. Look, here's the thing: FGO, like they're too afraid to put like like a Lamia in FGO, but at least they put a real harpy.
Yeah, I mean she's a Harpy witch in the lore.
Yep.
Very accurate. Yeah, we'll keep her in EX. Pretty easy. Okay. Next up, I guess that covers the all the servants that existed before this year. And then we have two brand new servants, and we're gonna start with a very popular one. Honestly, both of them are very popular. But yeah, the first of all in release order is the 5-star, and we got Lilith. Very, very nice looking servant, if I do say so myself as well. But yeah, single target, quick
Got the
DPS
J's.
slash farmer. Oh, what was that, Otto?
She got the J's.
Weird shoes. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
I see.
Jordans.
Mm.
That's what it means.
There you go. Thank you for the clarification. Anyway, yeah,
know
we'll
it's an
do
American
full
thing.
kit coverages again because they're brand new to these lists. So first of all, 12.7k attack, not the highest among berserkers, but still very, very high. So no complaints there. She's got double arts, double quick on her normal deck, which on a release actually, maybe not the strongest, but now on hindsight, actually not bad at all because we have the big new support who likes this deck archetype, and her gains are honestly better than most berserkers. So that's cool on base as well. So it's actually good now on hindsight. Not bad. Then her skills, first skill on a 6-turn cooldown, 150% chance, not 100% base, but increased chance to charm an enemy for 1 turn, any enemy. No need to be a certain trait or gender or anything. As long as they can be charmed, this will probably charm them. And also the enemy gets 50% minus crit damage resistance for 3 turns and a 30-star bomb. So this is not like, again, Kazura drop, she's just the only one that has that. This only increases critical damage, but it's still a very nice amount though. So yeah, still a good boost to some crits for damage-wise. And a 30-star bomb goes nicely with that as well. And obviously charm is very important to her MP, so it's cool that it's even higher than base chance to land it. So good skill, especially for her. Second skill on a 6-turn
You all right there, Plushie?
What?
You all right there, Plushie?
No, I'm just laughing because it's a higher
Yeah.
chance to. It's a higher chance, but it's still lower than
Yeah,
Heracles.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna mention that.
Oh
yeah.
my!
It's a bit
God,
unfortunate.
brother.
Oh,
They
well.
did it on purpose, bro. They
They
did it on
did.
purpose.
It has to be because of that. Yeah.
They did it on purpose. It's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, second skill, she gets 30% quick and arts for 3 turns and evasion for 2 hits, 3 attacks. Very vanilla skill, but doesn't mean it's bad, honestly. I still kind of like it. Like the flexibility of the evasion being longer as well with the... Because you want to pop it early for the cards anyway. So it's alright. Basic, but not bad. Third skill on a 6-turn cooldown, she gets Invul Pierce for 3 turns, 30% attack for 3 turns, 50% battery, there's another one. And then she reduces her own mental debuff resistance by 30% for 3 turns as a demerit. Not that big of a deal, honestly. Pretty good upsides, though. Big battery, good attack, Invul Pierce, decent uptime. Yeah, it's nice. Again, basic, but just a good DPS skill. So yeah, despite being the most modern Berserker SSR, definitely doesn't have the most lines, but it all kind of makes sense for sure.
I mean, yeah, big battery, Invul Pierce, guaranteed, quote unquote, guaranteed charm. Evade. I think everything makes sense. Like it's all solid effects on a DPS. Yeah.
True.
Indeed.
Now passives, she has 12% Buster Up, which is the highest rank of Madness enhancement. Unfortunately for her, she only has 1 Buster card, but hey, if you do hit that, it does help, I guess. Flat damage from Divinity doesn't really help much at all. This is pretty cool though. 10% power mod against living human trait enemies, and there's a decent chunk of them. Mostly just servants, only like 1 version of NPC carrying that, but yeah, a good chunk of them. And as a berserker, she has good coverage as well. Only like maybe Aoko you wouldn't maybe benefit too much from, but otherwise not bad.
Most importantly, mash. I'm joking.
Ooh,
Yeah,
true.
the one
That is
servant,
true.
she doesn't do bonus damage to normally.
Yeah.
She does
At least it
all
helps
of
a
the
little
bonus
bit.
damage to.
Yeah.
And she turns them evil. She turns her
True.
into evil
Yo,
mash.
spoilers though, but yeah, true. We'll get to that in a second.
Ooh.
First of all, her Antep or I guess it's not Antep, I guess it's Berserker. She's crit resistance against rulers. Sadly, a very rare case, so kind of whatever. Then the MP. Yeah, a lot of lines here. Before damage, she gets 30% anti-lawful and anti-good alignment power mods for 1 turn. They're separate and obviously can overlap because they're in different signs of the alignment tree. She does damage to the enemy, which is also anti-charm. Very important here. The overcharge is base 150 to 200. Anti-charm super effective. So that's why the charm on the first skill is very solid on her. It can do a lot of damage. But then she also applies 1k poison and curse to the target for 3 turns after damage. Minus 20% defense down for 3 turns after damage, but again can be ramped up. And then, funnily enough, she makes them chaotic evil. They get applied both chaotic and evil for 3 turns. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It stacks with the alignments, right? So it doesn't. If they're lawful and good, it doesn't screw her MP for future damage, right?
No, it
They
adds.
just add.
Yeah,
They
it
just get
adds to
added
crit.
chaotic and evil. Otherwise, it would be
Yeah, just
really
extra
stupid if it
traits.
did that. Yeah. So there you go.
Yep, it's added.
But yeah, she's like super vanilla on her kit, but man, if you do anti-charm damage, it actually is a lot. It's just a lot of freaking damage.
I mean, also like again, I think the 3-turn Invul Pierce is super solid.
Oh, yeah.
like as a DPS, like yeah.
Like it's such a basic
Um,
kit, but she kind of has everything she needs. She's got the damage, the utility, the defense, the great super effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her damage is the ridiculous part. Because we are farming a lot of times when we're farming with single targets, we can't really account for specific support. So when I look at single target multi-core farming, I like looking at raw damage, just self buff damage. So her damage, assuming she misses the charm, is like the same as Kintoki.
Yep.
So that's the
She-
problem, right? So if she lands a charm, she would be Kintoki's damage times 1.5, which is
Pretty crazy.
yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Yeah,
this is why I was advocating for putting Kintoki down a little bit, because it's like she's just the only thing he has that she does not is Buster cards, and then like at that point, like who the fuck is using him for his Buster
The
cards?
auto, the speed of his NP.
yes, genuinely it is the speed of
Shut
his
up.
NP.
Let's just use Super Bunyan instead.
Oh, true. Yeah, I like Super Bunyan's actually crazy with that as well, and with the MP upgrade. Anyways, that's beyond the point. But like Lilith, I did a lot of damage calculations for her for my video, and like her damage is just like above and beyond. We have like a just MP damage
She has-
list where we don't consider any
She
comps.
has so many things that she has so many things that boost her damage potentially, like lawful or good or
Yeah, she can still hit
charm
anti-trade.
or
Like
living
so far
human.
we're talking about like no
And
no
a lot of the
PMOD.
times, those two are comboed on the alignment tree. So that's 60% PMOD, which is quite a bit.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary how much damage she does.
And another
that-
thing that she has that that Kintoki does not have, despite the fact that she has a 1-turn charm, she still ramps up with the defense down, whereas Kintoki has exactly 1 steroid, other than the 30%.
Well, he does have the
Buster
Buster as down,
resistance
but
for 2
granted, it is 2 turns, which
2
is really
turns.
weird. Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, if you look at, I mean, this is not necessarily the best representation, but like this is raw MP damage in terms of just self buffs only, right? And if it's charm, it assumed the charm lands, obviously, and then her damage is just a tier above everything else that exists, right? That's kind of just her whole thing, which is she does big damage and she has the 50 battery just like Kintoki. You
Yeah.
kind of
Don't
just
worry, I'm
use
not
her
a
as a
technological male.
you kind of just use
Now
her
the-
as an upgraded Kintoki. So yeah.
These numbers are counting the charm hitting, right?
Yes, obviously, yeah. Without the charm, you would divide it by 1.5, which would be close to what Kintoki's doing. Yeah, but you have to remember
it wouldn't
Kintoki's
be-
also a 1-turn burst because he has a 50.
You wouldn't divide it by 1.5 to get it. Would you? Because you'd be removing like 33% from it.
Why?
Yeah, dividing by
Because
1.5 would
you multiply it by 1.5 and then you get that. But if you shit, like
It's
you
the
know what?
same.
actually dividing by 1.5 brings it to 94K. Like I think Plushy's not wrong with the math there.
Actually, you know what? I think you might be right. I was
Math.
thinking of percentages the incorrect
Otto, did you go
way.
to school for math?
Look,
I mean,
look,
I
look.
almost did.
Rio. It's unfair.
I
I'm
was going to be
Asian.
a math teacher.
It's unfair. I'm
Oh,
Asian.
Look, my clout. Okay, my clout is that I was a peer facilitator for AP Calculus, which means I went back
I
to that
suck
calculus
at
class.
calculus.
and it
Holy
helped.
Yeah, I was not good at it either.
Now,
jeez.
the thing that counters that every fucking time is I go to a community college. My first semester, I do a linear algebra class, and that is the worst I've scored in any class ever. And I got I failed that class.
The duality.
Oh,
That's the worst
well,
one I've
linear
ever
algebra
failed.
is the one you gotta draw like lines and shit, right? Like, hey.
Yeah, it's
Graphs.
stupid. I don't want to
Mhm.
like. What the fuck is the point of this? I'm here to do math, not crosswords. What the fuck?
This is the funniest thing. I picked my major for my undergrad because it's the only department in medical school that only requires 1 semester of calculus instead of 1 year of calculus. I'm so bad at calculus.
Look,
I picked the one that doesn't require a full year of calculus because I can't take that shit anymore.
Well, thankfully, even though I do math all the time at work, I mostly just it's done in Microsoft Excel, and so I'm not the one doing the math.
Anyways,
yeah. What we can get from this is, I assume, is the unanimous EX. Even if, like, I assume Plushy doesn't really have to do the rant, but like, there has been a lot of fights where there's like high mental debuff res or charm immune and whatnot. But even that aside, she's so universal.
Even without the charm,
Yeah,
so
her damage is good. And
like,
her boss fight is still good, right? With the whole invoke.
Yeah, like it's not just the damage. Her kit is kind of complete despite being basic.
And then like there's really cool stuff you can do with the traits because like you're likely either going against lawful or good with her, but then you can also force these other ones, and then you can bring servants that can servants and CEs that boost your damage against that. Maybe not CEs, but command codes. Like one of her best command codes is the anti-chaotic evil one because she just makes them chaotic evil.
And then for party, you can just pair with Junas Crane.
Interestingly, though, I think I did complain about her MP gain, but you did say her MP gain's better than other Berserkers.
It's like
maybe
better than most. I mean, it's not like the others have
it's
super high, but it's definitely way better.
No, I think I was comparing her to other quick.
Yeah, if you compare other classes, you'll probably find better ones.
Yeah, I think I was missing other classes. That's why I felt like it was
Berserker. She's doing way better than most of them.
I mean, her card gains are kind of okay. Her issue is she doesn't draw stars to herself, so it always feels worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. True.
That's how you feel it.
Yeah. That's my problem. Despite being a quick, her crits are like very inconsistent because she can't get stars to her. I guess Tiamat solves it a little bit nowadays because she makes a bunch of stars.
Yeah, and also like. Despite that, she still has really like even her card damage numbers are pretty nice. Like 50 crit, 30 attack, 30 card, 20 defense down per NP. Like she still has more for her card damage than Kintoki does.
I mean, that's not a high bar to clear, but yeah, true.
Look, I actually think Kintoki sucks. Like that guy useless, but.
Wow, but yeah, wow. Lilith is Lilith. Everybody
I think we've
Lilith
glazed her a bit enough here, but yeah, she's just
look, we not sponsored by Mash, obviously. But there you go.
Yeah. There you go. EX. All right. So next up is time for the other new servant, and it's the 4-star. We got Huyan Summer. Our latest welfare as well, and man, what a glow up on the welfare department too in general. So we have an AoE quick Berserker DPS / farmer actually. He's pretty nice. Attack at 10.1k again, pretty good. Not the highest among them, but still, as a 4-star, it's not bad. It's totally workable. on a Berserker too. She's got double Buster, double Quick. Some Summer Scotty synergy, I suppose, there. Hit counts, nice at modern. Gains. Pretty good for a Berserker, at least. That's for sure. Maybe not like amazing otherwise, but for a Berserker, much better than most of the other ones among her peers, rather. Skills, first skill on a 6-turn cooldown, she ignores defense for 3 turns. There's a cute utility. 30% attack for 3 turns for herself, and 5k absorb for 1 turn. So while it's not 3 turns, it's cool that she can at least have a crit turn here and there as well that is basically consistent. That's pretty cool. Not a bad skill. Second skill is a fun one. So on a 6-turn cooldown, she gets 20% quick for 3 turns, evasion for 2 hits, 3 turns, and then she gets this on buff activation for 3 turns. So whenever she gets direct healing or max HP up, she gets another 10% quick up for 3 turns, and that can happen as many times as it happens on 3 turns. Very cute. And this is also cute because you can, if you loop farm with her, you can bring the plug that has a heal and get another 10% quick. And I believe it might even make her, or might be even required for some of her looping, depending on what classes you're going up against, because it increases your gains too, obviously. That's kind of cute. Doesn't work with stuff like, permanent regen from like CEs, passives, because even command codes are excluded. But yeah, Mystic Code, direct healing from servants and stuff like that does proc it. So on farming, you'll probably get minimum 30% quick from this skill. There you go. Third skill, on a 6-turn cooldown, she gets 30% battery on use, 30% crit damage for 3 turns, and then 100% crit damage for 1 turn, and 20 stars on use. Combos quite nicely with the first skill, with the attack and the absorb and the ignore defense, so she can actually have a very significant crit burst turn. There is definitely some downtime because they're both on 6-turn cooldown, but that 1 turn can actually hurt pretty bad. And she has a bit of longevity with the other crit buff being 3 turns, even if it's only 30. Still nice.
Yep.
So a fairly basic.
Ignore defense on the skill is still rare. Oh, sorry.
Oh, what was you saying? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna add, like, I still think like ignore defense on a skill for 3 turns is really rare. Like it's a really rare effect. I do quite like that part. Sorry.
Yeah, it's nice. She's got 12% Buster up permanently, which is a bit better on her than Lilith because she does have double Busters. So hey, cool. And also, hey, 10% Buster Absorb bonus to make those crits a bit easier, especially with Summer Scotty. Very cool. She's protected against crits against assassins, which I guess is pretty decent, because if you max it, it eliminates base crits, and assassins have the highest base crit in the game, and it's a somewhat common normal class, so it's probably one of the better cases you can have on a Berserker anti-crit thingy. Wouldn't say it's like any of these are still must-haves, but she is free, so you're probably gonna get it anyway, so pretty good case, actually, all things considered. MP obviously free MP5 because it's a welfare, does AoE damage, 30% chance for individual stuns on all the enemies for 1 turn, minus 20% crit chance on all enemies for 3 turns, so even further there. And then she's anti-lawful, super effective on the overcharge, the base 150 to 200 range, which is nice. Common alignment, and she's a Berserker, so even more coverage. Lots of lawful servants. She's good, and honestly, I was surprised how good her looping numbers were. Are they actually this good? I mean, I know they're calced at MP5, but wow, her single core numbers are actually not bad.
Yep.
Pretty good.
All I'm gonna say is, look, guys, I usually disagree that FGO is a Gunnar game. Ooh,
that's a good line to open with. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of agree, because this summer was a semi-sleeper for me. I think she might be my favorite of this summer's servants.
Look at that, bro. Look at
it's nice. God. It's nice. I was never really fully convinced by Huyan with the assassin like a lot of other people, but I think I'm in camp Huyan with this.
I keep saying it, dude. Like, what the fuck did she eat, bro? Like, this
she ate a horse
character,
and she's so hungry. She ate a horse, I guess.
No, look, if you could, what are you comparing? Like, how the fact that her bust size is like twice as large?
Her bust size, her thighs.
No, I think it's just released more now. It's very like tuckered in the assassin version.
Yeah, like I remember when her assassin forms came out, I was already like, oh, the thighs are really fat on this one. But man, this is like actually horse physique. What, bro?
It doesn't help that the thigh strap she has is really tightened there.
That's gotta be painful, bro. Like that.
Yeah, that circulation on her left leg must be suffering a bit.
Well, I'm assuming it's not like a real human leg, so
a horse
like,
leg.
judging
Oh my
from
god.
the other one being like
Oh yeah, that
a
one.
ghost horse.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy design, bro. Losengo really went there, but you know what? I'll take it because Huyan.
I mean, you can kind of get a hint of it if you look at like the original Huyan, that one summer CE or that one CE they put out.
Oh yeah, the one where she's like studying math, and then the entire scene is her thigh.
Look,
yeah, this one.
I don't think.
See, it was a hint.
God,
Look,
bro.
I don't think that's accurate. One of the last Cs that Shiva got, like they're almost as big as Passion Lip. Like, holy fuck.
Okay, but counterpoint. What about her in the maid outfit? Huh? Look at those. Look at the thighs as well.
Oh my god, bro. We goon in the last
But
one.
yeah,
dude.
despite
While
her
we're
lovely
sharing
appearance,
pictures, while
our
we're
feeling about
sharing
the
pictures,
game.
let me completely
Okay.
ruin this moment by guess what servant this is based on.
Constantine. It's off.
All right,
Anyway,
but yeah, in terms of gameplay, a free
this thing.
servant really makes like.
I mean, that's
I think
Constantine
you
for sure. I see it.
It's just him.
brother. You already mentioned it earlier.
It's the front look as well.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, you already mentioned it earlier. Yeah, it really makes Lancelot look pretty pathetic, huh? As a free welfare. But I mean,
It's not
it's,
even in the same conversation.
yeah, it's year 10, but man, like really, you really just didn't buff him at all.
what does the 4-star list look like right now?
Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. Kind of hard to get in one.
Actually,
frame,
Duryodhana
is the highest of the AOEs in A. I feel like she should be at least A, maybe even A plus.
I think we can put her
She's
A plus.
She's A plus at worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Let's
can
do
definitely
it.
put her A plus.
really
Like
good.
as a welfare, especially really
Yeah.
solid.
I think as far as like the AOE 4-star berserkers, she might be the best one.
It's not a high bar to clear, but yeah, probably she might just be that.
Yeah,
High bar to
AOE.
clear.
I mean, and
Well,
Kriemhild's obviously like Kriemhild.
Like I've
It's
used her, so I have my free to play account that I play, and I have her 120 there, and I use her quite a bit on that account. She's very useful. I think that welfares there's certain welfares that if you put to 120 are super useful, like for an account, and she's one of them, right?
Yeah, really solid
'Cause, like-
berserker. I can deal with kind of everything.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones that are like you put her to 120. It's like they're just as good as any other unit you could pull in the game. She does also pair well with, of course, Summer Scotty for like carding, because the two buster cards.
Big.
I mean,
crit
people
surge.
would pull for her even if she's paid. I mean, okay, mainly probably because of the appearance, but like, look, gameplay wise, people will probably still put her.
Yeah, it's
even if
nice
she
that
wasn't
again
welfare,
she was my favorite probably of all the new servants they added, and she's free. So hey, that's nice.
Yeah, you save some
they,
money
they,
for
they
the
put out
MP5.
Passion Lip and Kriemhild in the same event. Like, I'm sorry, those were gonna win it for me, but like,
That's fair.
but hey, don't forget your favorite character, Tiamat.
True.
I am so mad. Also, I will say with the new plug, the new plug has heal and stars, and so it just makes on turn
more quick
one.
and whatnot.
You can get the quick up, and you can get like more guaranteed crits right away. Because like then you're at like what 35 stars total on her own, and then you pair that with a Summer Scotty skill, and that's 50, and you're good for crits.
I feel like she's kind of similar to like her skill set. It feels kind of similar to Summer Sei, except she's an AOE. So like the crits I feel are more
I can kind of see
valuable.
it.
It's like 3 turn 30 attack and crit, and then 1 turn 100 crit. Oh wait, isn't there 100 crit for 1 turn somewhere?
On Huyan there is, yeah. It gives you it gives you but 2 buffs. One is 3 and one is 1, and the one is the 100%.
Star drop, but instead of 20 battery, it's 30 battery. This is a 2-hit of a.
Yeah, and it's the opposite with the stars. I think Sei was it like 30 or 40 stars, and she has 20. So like they went with the opposite with the battery and stars.
She has actually 25, which is a very strange number.
Interesting. But yeah, Huyan is
what? If you
very
use
solid.
them together, Sei can actually give her an extra 10% quick because she has a targetable heal.
True.
Whoa.
Stonks.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
for some reason, that 30% chance to stun on NP. What a like wow.
Yeah,
Quick
that's
units,
still
they got a
that's
stun
kind
on
of whatever.
NP.
They're
Unfortunately,
playing the
I don't know.
long con. You see, they're gonna fix quick.
you're gonna
by
think they had that quick support with
releasing
the increased
that
debuff
one.
success rate. Yeah. Yeah.
Eventually.
I mean, it would be cool for sure. But yeah, that's Huyan. Very nice modern welfare. Feels good, man. And with that, we have now concluded the initial placement of all the servants, both the old and the new ones. And now we're going to take an arbitrary amount of time to discuss if we want to move anything, or just, and then just at some point that we just lock it in. But yeah, there was quite, even despite there being like 0 gold Berserker buffs and only 2 new servants, we definitely had quite a bit of movement already on both the 4 and the 5-star sides. So do we want to consider anything else right now? I almost don't want to mention Arjuna Alter and Morgan, because I kind of already want to lock that in. We already declared war, so maybe if we have to talk about someone else, you know, maybe.
I genuinely think it is not even that controversial.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's going to be a war regardless, but yeah, I agree, honestly.
Yeah, because and also look, here's the thing. At the end of the day, this is a waifu game. People are gonna be more pissed if it was the other way around, because Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But yeah, sure. Let's just do it in order again. Let's look at the 4-star. Let's not even talk about the 5-stars. Let's go through 4 stars and then 5 stars. So here's the list. Well, you can kind of see everything, right? So let me see if I can center it. There you go. Now it's centered. So a lot of servants came down. Did anyone actually move up? I want to say no one actually moved up on 4-star. Yeah, no one moved up, I'm pretty sure, but many came down a bit. I think that was the gist of this year's adjustments.
I'm surprised you didn't put Atalanta Alter lower.
Wait, who?
Atalanta Alter.
Oh, Atalanta. Oh, she was bumped lower. She was B+ last year. She was moved down as well. Everyone on B besides Summer Jalter came down from B+. They were all there. They all came down. Penth came down from C+ as well.
Yeah.
Lancelot came down from C.
That makes sense. He kind of sucked.
Yeah, he's especially now with Huyan being in the game, he's so sad.
Like the fact that Lancelot's never gotten a buff, it's
crazy. I mentioned that, but it's absolutely insane. This makes 0 sense. Should we consider maybe moving someone from B to C+, or just is it fine like this? That would be a question, I guess.
Okay, if we're bumping one person down, is it Atalanta Alter or Kijo Kouyou?
I would say maybe even Jalter, but it's the free.
Jalter.
Yeah.
Atalanta Alter also has the animal trade, but I don't know. She didn't feel as good as Kijo Kouyou.
Kijo Kouyou does not have her damage fall off as much, and because Atalanta Alter has an issue where she's very bursty, because she has like a 1-turn quick buff. She has a 1-turn buster crit buff. It's nice that she has the evade. It's just she doesn't have like a whole lot going on. NP Seal's nice, but I just feel like Kijo Kouyou.
Maybe we could move the Alter to C+.
Yep. Atalanta is the Atalanta is taking L's. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. All right, let's move over to C+. All right. Kind of firm. We did a lot of movement already.
I don't think
Sojiro Anything else?
Is that good. No,
Sojiro is fine on A, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Sojiro is as good as the A+'s. Like, yeah.
So anything else we want to consider on 4 stars before we look at the 5-star one?
I'm pretty happy with this, honestly.
Any of the D pluses to D, or should we just keep them like that? Chacha to D?
No, she's at least a free NP5.
I guess. Yeah. I can keep it empty.
I don't really have any disagreements, like notable disagreements here, I think.
It's kind of spread actually for once, surprisingly.
That's not an argument. That's not a fight I'm willing to fight.
He's not
Interesting.
willing to take a fight against Herc. Most people
Well,
aren't.
look, I think Herc is mid, and I hate anyone who needs their Bonzi to be good. I think is just like garbage. But like, I've tried this fight before.
I
Doesn't
mean,
work out.
but to be fair, it's easier to get your Bond CE nowadays.
Yeah, you're talking about like Bond is so easy to get now. So easy.
Yeah,
There's
but
a billion
still,
ways to
you
get
know,
it.
outside Grand, you don't really use the Bond CE. I'm like, I hate that.
Well, if you bring him, you will use it. That's the thing. You actually will use it, even outside of Grand. If you do bring
I
him,
just
you
won't
do
use him
use
then.
it.
That,
Yeah, that's what I'm
that
saying.
is the
Like that's
funny
why
thing
he's
with
not
Grand
higher
Raids,
because
though.
his role has been diminished a bit.
Yeah, Rio's looking at all of these single target berserkers like, which one am I gonna use? And then
Like,
every single time, 1000% of the time, he's just gonna pick Castoria anyways.
Here's the funny thing about Herc's Bonsi thing in Grand Raids. Because it's a raid, I think most people put the Bonsi as a 50 charge CE instead of its
True,
actual
they
effect.
do.
Yeah, in that
Yeah.
one they will actually. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
need
it's
the
kind
guns.
of annoying because I wanted to do a because there's a closing battle for each Grand Raids, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to do a Herc versus Herc mirror. And I had to actually ask people to like, can
Yeah,
you switch
that
it
makes
back
sense,
to
yeah.
the Pod C because everybody has it as the charge.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I think we'll
funny.
just keep him there. I think honestly, 4
Yeah,
stars
we'll
look good
just
to me. Well, we'll see
Yeah,
again
4
next year.
stars
That was a
look
lot
good
of
to me.
movement, though. Yeah, a lot of movement.
Yeah, this looks like a teddy bear.
Oh
or
yeah, don't
something,
use
right,
that as
Otto?
well. Oh no, a teddy bear? Where? What is
I
this?
don't know.
Five
Teddy
Nights at
bear
Freddy's?
levitating over
They're
a-
making stuff up.
It's like
It's a
it's
teddy
like a
bear
gummy bear.
levitating over. It's levitating over like a shit it just took. I'm sorry, Fran.
All right.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Kill her more, will you?
Jesus.
All right, let's look at the 5 stars,
bottom,
dude.
D plus is like its legs.
Yeah, this is easier to frame at least. So yeah, the 5 stars. But let's not talk Morgan and Arjuna Alter though. But anyone else? I guess there is still the Senno Rikyuu, and with Xiang Yu. Anyone else? Maybe that's a combo at least. Galatea, Vlad. I kind of like Galatea a little bit above Vlad now.
I'm actually pretty happy with it. I know it's
Yeah,
a bit crowded.
there was quite a
but-
bit of movement on this side too, as is.
Yeah, we moved a lot of people down.
Indeed.
Morgan's Summary Ibuki down to A plus. No, I actually disagree because I think like Summary Ibuki in a lot of cases I find more convenient than Lohi just because like brain
She's
dead
better
arts and things
offensively,
like-
that's for sure.
Yeah, and then she has like cooldown reduction offensive. So I think she's still really good.
One of the best AoE arts.
Morgan.
Maybe one of them. One of the best.
Morgan's Morgan. Yeah, I mean, again, they could have made our job easier by just buffing her, but they didn't. But I still think she's really good. I enjoy her how spammable her MP is despite being Buster. And then she just crushes man attribute. And then she has, like,
crushed
party
man.
overcharge. She crushed man.
Crushed man.
She
Oh, no.
crushed man.
Strong fighter.
crush-
Crush man.
Morgan's still good in 2026. What a shock.
Surprising.
Whoa.
Yeah, now they would never buff her because she's always.
That would never happen.
They would never buff her ever again.
They have never buffed someone we placed in EX before. That's outrageous.
Wait a minute. Actually, buffing any of them is dangerous. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you don't say. You
Well,
don't
yeah.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we all know, knowing fake Grand Order and the single, the first fucking character they're gonna buff in EX is
Castoria.
Summer Castoria. Yeah, dude.
They're gonna look at this list. They don't even see Nightingale down there. They're like, Morgan.
No, I believe in the Ibuki buff. Actually, no, they're allergic to buffing anything related to Shin, so no, never mind.
Art
they
slooping, yeah, no, they're scared of art slooper sometimes. I think with good refund. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with this.
I'm happy, kind of happy with this too.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's like maybe a little bit controversial.
Well, there's definitely going to be talk, so we'll see how it goes.
Of this, my philosophy has taken hold, and everything dropped.
Yeah,
True.
we dropping them.
Yeah,
We
you
dropping all-
would be
we're
proud of
dropping
us
all.
because there was a lot of downwards movement compared to last year.
I
Let me
love
actually, I think I have the
downwards
video
movement if
open. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the end here because this is where I always look at because I make the template. I have to like there's last year. Look how upward scaling it is. That was this is also 4 stars in the same.
Oh.
But yeah, a lot of people came down for sure. So yeah, it was quite a bit of movement on both sides, I want to say. Okay.
My biggest pet peeve is how Impact Fights was for Nemo when I hear. Okay, what's your example character? Is it Lilith going down because the charm thing? But again, Lilith without the charm still hits as hard as Kintoki. That is my
Yeah,
argument.
the only character here who got screwed over by any fights was Lilith, and it really actually was only like 2 fights.
And
grand
also
fight.
added context, I guess, in the positive sense, Summer Castoria. I mean, she would have been EX regardless, but like even her farming damage is just crazy because of context. You all talked about how raid fights been compact. Are you saying like low heat down or something? I mean,
Nah.
I mean
there's no way.
but that just means every AoE down though. Like
Yeah.
no AoEs are good at raiding minus maybe Olga. Maybe Olga because she can like just do cards if you have a fat enough copy. But I think like it's an entire archetype being dragged down, then I don't necessarily like doing that, you know.
Yeah.
Morgan's a good support in raids. Morgan is a good support. She is, I think, the highest damage support in raids for Berserker.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's 20
Probably.
attack, 30 defense. Yeah, it's a
That's
50 attack.
attack and then overcharge if you have her NP first.
I don't remember where it was for Morgan, but there was someone in some YouTube comments arguing that it's not 50, that it doesn't add up that way, and that it's less. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
I'm
how
talking
big,
about
what
how
about
you
Summer
bring
Sashi? How big
about-
was her defense then? I forgot.
How would it?
Is it
How would it be
30?
less? That
or
doesn't make any
50?
sense.
Summer
even if it's
Sashi's
multiple icons,
30s.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's 30.
it would be-
Okay.
it would be
I'm
more.
talking about how you keep bringing up how Impact Nemo got a jump due to fights, but AoEs were. Well, I mean, okay, bumping up one character due to circumstances versus dragging down an entire MP type is a bit different. Like, if you want me to put every AoE down just because there are more raids, I think I would hesitate to do that. Right?
I think
If you think
Nemo definitely got a glow up because it's a rare case. I can see why
And
someone
he-
would be
and he
upset
also
about that,
got
but
a
it
buff.
actually was a significant boost in his usability. Like we wouldn't take it like lightly mention that or give points for that. It has to be a significant boost in
Yeah,
usability, and in his case, it really was.
And also, like, that has always been the thing with Nemo, which is if the conditions match, that's just the thing with like anti-traits or like field-based characters. If the conditions match, they're strong. It's not like the type of fight or whatever. It's like they need specific conditions to match. And if the condition is no longer that rare, this is why we talk about like, oh, anti-earth is like most of the time a superior anti-trait compared to like anti-sky, because there's more earth enemies, period. Like, it's more common. Like, they're just more common. So anti-earth is usually considered a better anti-trait than anti-sky. But like that compared to like AoEs just all going down. I mean, you can argue that. Like, you know, you can even split this just for single target AoE, but like that would be 2 little servants. But
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, I would say it's different. At least in my opinion, it is absolutely not.
I think
the same.
okay, to address Sonic, he really wants to see Summer Musashi at A. He's like, do you really think Musashi is in the same
sorry,
tier at A?
sorry.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't
Sorry,
think she's as good as the A
let's
plus is.
address
She's pretty. She's really good against Saber servants. I get it, but at the same time, she also likes the defense there, and it's like we have a lot of archers that are capable nowadays. It's not even that rare, so.
like she's really good with damage and spam, I guess. But personally, I would say.
Yeah, I wouldn't have her in the same tier as Arjuna Alter. I think of all the 2 damage in dealers, or of those 2, I think Arjuna Alter has more application.
Like the only thing I would do again, it's always the Rikyuu versus Rikyuu and Xiang Yu thing, right? I guess I could see Sen or Rikyuu being knocked down half a tier, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's really close. I don't think it's.
Okay, the defense
take it
argument
as
was
a-
bad. I'll take that back. It's not the reason why she's an A, but like, you don't need a Berserker being an anti-saber. Does she do a good job at it? Yeah, she's an A. A is a good rank. Do you need her for that, which is her best case use? No. There's so many good archers nowadays. Like, and there's, not to mention, there's other anti-sabers. We even have one in this list. There's Headshot as well. There's CL. What else am I forgetting? Like, we're not short of anti-saber,
really
like,
sabers.
needs. It's no longer like,
she
she's
does
going to
have,
be
like,
the best, you know?
a higher scaling than usual. I will say it's 200 to 300 super effective, so it is really high. It makes her single target. I can if this makes you feel better, I can see her being an A plus, but I think it's very close.
Okay, what about Otto and Rio? Should she be an A plus? Actually, be for real.
She's close, but I don't. Not with Arjuna Alter though. Man, it's difficult.
No,
That's what I'm feeling as well. I don't like her being in the same tier as Arjuna Alter.
I feel like the hype and love people have for her is a little like overrated. Because like she's one, never had a battery. Two, like I still don't think like her looping is like the greatest. And three, I'm never going to use her in like a multi-core setting, right?
I think
like,
the argument is just
you're
her as
going
a
to use the same 3
DPS,
servers for
basically.
everyone.
No, but like, look,
Sorry.
if you ask me, like, if I'm building a team, right, and I have Musashi and Rikyuu sitting there, Rikyuu infinitely easier to slot into a team because she can either use skills on herself or use skills on allies, right?
Well, yeah, but we're talking about A versus A plus here, so I guess it's a little bit closer because like
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that means
she's not
Rikyuu-
close to EX.
That means Rikyuu is like the better option, which makes her a better character, which means she should go above her. And if Rikyuu is there, then Musashi should be where she is.
Yeah, I mean, she ain't showing her Juno, but yeah, like it's kind of a you know, like there's a bit of a curve in A plus. Like there's the top of A plus, the bottom of A plus, and then like the bottom of A plus is gonna naturally be close to the top of A, right? Like it's just I can realistically see some of the A servants going back in A plus depending on your argument. Like you can say, oh, Kintoki because of I only care about farming. You can say Kouyou Alter because boss fights, whatever. Can say Musashi, whatever. I think all of these.
Yeah, there's
really
always
close,
like I feel like with minimal arguments, one could always move servants up or down, a plus or minus. That's what I've always said about it. Like someone doesn't have to convince me a lot. If you just want to move someone up or down, a plus or minus, like yeah, it's within reason. But I kind of like it like this personally right now. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I think this list is fine. Like it like I mean I'm not taking this too seriously, you know. Like especially when it's like such
I mean they should never be taken super seriously either. They're always subjective.
Yeah, if anything, it's a good thing that you know, FGO servants have come a long way to the point that other than a couple of select units, you know, they're pretty close in terms of power level. You know, right? Like it's all debatable. You can kind of use everyone pretty effectively if you want to, which is a good thing. So
yeah.
Anyways,
honestly, I'm just gonna lock it in. I'm locking it in.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, so this is the type step as well. So I'm gonna flash both lists. This is the 4 stars for Berserkers. There you go. And this is the 5 stars. Definitely a lot more downwards movement this year, and I can't wait to see the comments regarding a certain comparison, but try to be civil. You can argue all you want, but just don't get personal about it. You know, arguments are always fine. So do try to keep it civil in the comments. But yeah, there's the 4 stars again. And there are the 5 stars. So woo, it's locked in. There you go. Sadly, not the biggest changes to Berserkers this year, though. Only 2 new servants with 0 gold buffs, but I think we had a lot of good conversation going anyway. Yay. But yeah, that'll closing this video as well then. So hey, if you're watching this on YouTube and enjoyed it, even if you disagree with placements, I know, you want to mash the dislike when your favorite is not on top. But if you can, at least for the effort, press the thumbs up button. It helps out, of course, get this video out. But hey, subscribe for more. because we are still going. This is the end of the normal classes now, and there may or may not be a tier list next week already. If you guys really want to see low stars, do make a lot of noise. If not, we're probably just going to stick to golds. If there's an overwhelming amount of people wanting to see that, I'll consider it. But otherwise, next list would be the first part of the extra golds, which again, like last year, probably will be in 3 parts. But there may or may not be one next week, because there's also these strange fake reveals, which may or may not make it so that my co-host can make it. We'll discuss after this as well. But so you'll still be back with the tier lists. If not next week, then the week after. Shout out to my patrons on the screen for supporting the channel. And if you guys have anything, my co-host, if you want to say anything, now would be the time.
Oh yeah, like I guess I'll not even a rant, but just a small complaint about not the tier list. But like, you know why we have so much discourse about like, oh, you know, this situation of this servant, you know, like there's so much whataboutism in terms of like talking about, you know, how this servant function, because we haven't gotten anything gameplay wise, like ever since the finale, bro. Like where I can't test anything out anywhere. I'm sorry. Like this is why we have to make up scenarios in our heads to be like, oh, you know, this character's better in this scenario, because there hasn't been a scenario. Next week we're going to have Strange Fake collab. It's gonna be great. We're gonna the reveal and then the collab soon. So we're gonna get some.
But yeah, otherwise, see you on the next one, which is probably an extra class tier list, which may or may not be next week. But yeah, we will definitely be back. So until then, have a good one and bye bye.